This stream is for entertainment purposes. The opinions expressed by the participants might be exaggerated for comedic effect. Harsh language can be used. Thought-provoking or controversial topics may be discussed. Can be used. Thought-provoking or controversial.
Oh, we're getting an echo. Is it playing again?
That's me.
Oh, that was you.
I'm having a pro streamer moment. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it was great.
Oh yeah. Usually, I like to have like the tab open just to monitor if something break. But I usually I mute it. But I guess I forgot now. Look at that. Look at that. How you've been?
I've been fantastic. Thank you, sir. I've been good. Real good.
So there's some people there in in chat joining us. Squat bench deadlift, hello, and do those squats. Mercurius Circulus and Nicholas. And this is a weird one because we actually it's a mystery stream because I actually have nothing.
Nothing.
Usually Monday night is our gaming night, right? As you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we usually either have a game session or we prep for the next game session, the next thing we're gonna do. And usually we organize kind of in the background, like we say, okay, what we're gonna do on Monday and stuff like that. Last week we missed, and all I said, and the week before as well, I think, no?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's
So
been
it's been a while, and I said, well, now we have to do something this Monday, and I sent a message to the guy and say, you know what? Let's fucking show up, and we'll figure out something to talk about.
Let's do it. Yeah, absolutely.
So either we prep something for the next week, which might be what's happening.
Yes.
Or because at some point I was also pushing the idea of you know what? Let's fucking get there and game.
Yeah, that's
the thing. But I don't think that's what's gonna happen tonight.
Probably not. No, we're still missing a few key people. So
yeah, exactly. I was expecting the regular people to be here, but Rick and Phil, but maybe I didn't impress on them enough.
That's right. Yeah, we don't have the regulars here, folks. We just have the irregulars. So just the two of us.
Yeah.
But the regulars not here.
Yeah. So people that are on my Discord might have noticed too, and I was talking about that with Crispy before. Might have noticed that I made some update on I made some posts in the Bastard Sword thing. I made an update for I posted in the player's aid, and then I also made a pinned post with the SRD and the character sheet. Everything obviously is still work in progress. I'm still working on it, but you can see that there's some progress being made. And I also posted it because as you know, when we do game online, we use a software called Sophie's Dice for dice roll. And I also uploaded those custom dice that work with my system just to make it a bit easier. So people should be able to download them and install them in their copy of Sophie's Dice. They want.
I just downloaded that. Yeah, so I'm doing it. Okay.
Yeah. But I can show you if you want. I got my
let's do it.
Open. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
All right. Let me move a bit out of the way. You see, I actually got two versions. I got the one with our largest number. So if I want to do a roll of 3d6, I can just send 3d10. Sorry, I can just send them like that. And they're regular dice, but it gives you in the result there the number of success you would get.
Oh, I see. It's counting successes. Okay, and it does it for
successes.
you.
Yeah, because the point of the system, I think in the system is that 4 and up is 1 success, 8 and up is 2 success, 12 and up is 3 success, etc.
Okay.
And when you do it, I found when you do it by hand, it's easy to just organize your dice, and then you can count okay, 1, 2, 3, right? Just
right.
It goes pretty fast. But because they're manipulating the dice a bit more annoying, I thought counting success would be easier. So I can if I send a bunch of D12, there you go. I got 3 success just because of the 12 there.
Because the 12 counts as
3, and those are 0 and 0.
Got it.
So those are with the regular dice, but I thought maybe I can do something a bit different. So I made those custom dice, which might at some point come or not.
There we go. Excellent.
Which are those are D10, but now just with bar.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So it also tell you the number, but you can also like see like this those 0, 1, 1, 2, right?
I like that because it's easy to see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's much more visual. So there you go.
Yeah,
5 success.
that's really easy. Yeah.
Actually, like, probably if I ever like make like a Kickstarter or some shit like that and have like a stretch goal of having like custom dice,
Mhm.
what I would think I might do regular dice with number, but like put
Mhm.
some dot under the number. So 0,
Oh,
1,
okay.
or
So you
2,
could use it
2 or
as
3
either.
dots.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you can use that as
Mhm.
either, and it trains you.
Mhm.
But yeah, so what does it mean that I have like those things that I'm getting ready and sharing?
Getting closer. Getting
Getting
closer.
closer, and I might be starting to think about running a session for you guys.
Oh, I can't wait. I think it'll be awesome. That'd be great.
If you want to try it out.
Mhm. Oh yeah, sign me up. That sounds awesome. Definitely want to play some Bastard
yeah.
Sword. I think it looks great.
Yeah, I don't know if the guy were here. That's something I thought, because like I said, like
Mhm.
I didn't have anything, like I didn't really have anything planned. I didn't know what we were going to do or stuff like that. But I thought, I'm calling out a stream. I'm gonna have something like I can show a bit at least.
Oh yeah.
So it's not gonna be like just us staring at the screen.
As exciting as that may be for dozens of people.
Yeah, dozens of people. Actually, yeah. 1 dozen. Yeah. Yeah, hello's on the R. It's late. Don't stay up all night. No RPG survives first contact with the enemies. It's not been a first contact. It has been tested locally, but it's gonna be first contact with those guys, I guess.
Mhm.
And there's still a lot of things that need some work. So, like, if we do a session and stuff like that, it's gonna be like limited in scope, right?
Mhm.
We're not gonna play with the magic yet. The magic is not ready,
Okay.
and we're gonna stick human only.
Okay.
Because the race, weird race. Anyway, that's what we always do anyway.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I'm probably gonna have to do the pre-gen because also my character generation is not finished yet.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna ask you guys like, okay, what kind of character you want to play and stuff like that, and just like give you a character based on that, a bit like we did on the Witch game.
Now, you may have already explained this, Max, but could you go through, like, setting wise? Do you have an established setting for Bastard Sword, or is it more of a generic rule set that can be applied?
It's an implied setting of fantasy, right?
Mhm.
And there's also implication that there's magic and stuff like that, but it's meant to be rare and harsh and risky and stuff like that. So you're not gonna see like magic everywhere. It's not an eye magic setting.
Mhm.
But I'm not like, and I have like idea because like first for you for design, right?
Mhm.
When I create those race and stuff like that, I think about like what they're about, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
I think about his story and like how they evolve and stuff like that, just so to make them coherent.
Mhm.
And I want this to be told by the rules. I'm probably it's probably like very, very light on fluff.
Okay.
I'm not giving you a setting per se, right? You might infer one from reading the rules,
Mhm.
but everything is like, it's like, when you in the character generation, for example,
Mhm.
it's a life path system. So that
Okay.
already will inform you about the world, the kind
Mhm.
of thing that happen in the world and stuff like that. But there's stuff like you pick your origin, but it's not like, oh, I come from this city. It's like, oh, I come from a city, and then you pick 2 feature of your city. So it can
Oh,
be like,
okay.
it's a port city that is rich, right, or
Mhm.
poor, whatever. Just like, so
Mhm.
you pick you have a list of feature and you pick 2 of them. So now you know that you come from a city and you know what type of city it is.
Mhm.
But I'm not giving you a name. I'm not giving you a list of city like, oh, this is the city I come from. So you can like make that in your setting what you want,
Right.
right?
Right. You have a little more flexibility than within the life path system.
Yeah.
that it's a city. What kind of city? Do you pick those qualifiers of the city, or do you roll on that, or how are you working that?
It's all for now, like it's all picked.
Okay.
I might create an option for like rolling the life
Mhm.
path, but for now it's all picked. And you have like it's a system. You have like character creation point, background point, and different option will cost different point, oftentimes based on a previous option that you chose.
Okay.
And not it's not for balance, but it's for how unique they are in a sense, right? It does balance a bit in the end, but it's also like the more you go like if you want to play like this character like I'm an orc that grew up in a human city but was a noble, and so like like
Right.
it's a way to kind of limit that, right? Okay, you can have
Right.
something special, but you cannot have all the special things.
Yeah. I'm special in every way. I'm the
Exactly.
specialist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there
And
you go. Like,
what type of adventures do you see in this? Like, is this more, because I know you have Pendragon's a favorite game of yours, and that's a lot more in kind of knights, chivalry, but also over time you'd sire someone else, or you'd be a squire and then work your way up to be a knight, that kind of thing, or is it more of a generic fantasy type setting?
it's more of a generic fantasy type setting, but one thing that is like one mechanic that is central to Bastard Sword is the mechanic of spirit, right? The spirit
Mhm.
point, which kind of work a bit like HP in a sense,
Mhm.
because you're gonna lose spirit in a lot of way. But like spirit is is a mix between your stamina and your morale.
Okay.
If I'm saying the wrong, like I always mix those two, like morale and morale.
Morale, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, morale. I always say the wrong one. Fuck's sake. One day I'll learn it.
That's all right.
But
English
so
speakers have a hard time with that in French if it's over or under, right? English speakers always making that mistake. Is it
yeah,
su or a sue? I don't know. What is it?
exactly. But so when you get attacked, you're
Mhm.
gonna lose some spirit point, but you can also
Okay.
spend spirit point because it's a dice pool system. So you can spend spirit point to to purchase bonus dice and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
there's like a push your luck kind of
Mhm.
system, because also at some point you can never, yeah, it's a dice pool system, but you can never roll more dice than you have spirit point currently.
Oh, okay.
So
So
at
if
some
you
point you can spend your
if
spirit.
that resource is depleted, it doesn't matter. Like that provides a ceiling to the amount of dice that you can roll.
Exactly, because
Got it.
if you deplete this resource too much, then
Mhm.
it's like you're exhausted, you can do shit anymore, right?
Right.
And because it's both a mix of like the spirit and the morale,
Mhm.
like you can regain, like you can regain the stamina of the morale. You can regain it by sleeping. You can also regain it by merrymaking. So
Okay.
it's a lot about like the game is meant to be about adventuring and the toll it takes both on the body and on the mind, right? So it's like
Okay.
it's like getting depressed in a fantasy setting. That's what
Toll on body and mind. Okay. I'm
yeah.
writing it down.
I tried to mix that with with this one mechanic, and that's why also like I explained to you like at some point like the virtue system when you
Yeah,
enact
I
when you
really like that.
yeah when you,
That's a great thing.
that's also one way to regain some of your spirit point. Like it's like
Right.
it's like at some point like you look upon yourself and you say like, well, you know what, I'm pretty
Mhm.
satisfied with the person I am. You
Mhm.
get a boost of like so you gain some spirit.
Mhm.
And I try to keep it like unobtrusive as possible.
Mhm.
Uh, so there's no like vote and like, oh, just like no, let's discuss we deserve like this point. Like no, like just like no, you just mark one. Like, if you feel like you enacted this virtue,
Mhm.
mark one and move ahead.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
yeah,
Not too fiddly. It's just, yeah, there you are. That's good.
yeah,
I like that. I like that a lot. I noticed that right away when you posted the
the character sheet.
character sheet. And I was, oh, that stands out. That's good.
Yeah, those are like and So yeah, so basically like the type of adventure that I'm foreseeing, that I'm
Mhm.
trying to have the game be about is it's like because I wanted to have this thing like where you want to push yourself, but you also have to sometimes say, well, you know what, now I need to take a few day off, right? I need to take a breather, I need to relax a bit, or I need to do something like to ease my mind a bit, right? And I wanted to have something that there's a good reason to bring like a bard. It's a classless system, so you don't have a bard
Mhm.
class, but like somebody that can like, oh, he's gonna come along with his loot.
Mhm.
Because you know what? That's gonna make a difference when you're at the
Mhm.
campfire at night. Because
Yes.
now you can sing along and stuff like that. Having those skills, like like being able to sing and play music and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Now, like we're just sitting together, like we traveled all day, we're tired, but we're gonna make some music, feel
Mhm.
better, right?
Mhm.
That's one thing I wanted.
So it's a classless system. So now, do you want to talk a little bit about? Let's say that I wanted to be the guy with the that was playing the lute, so or whatever. Um, you would just take that as a skill, I think, because it is skill based more
It's
than
skill based,
class
and
based.
it's when you do it exactly skill based, and when you do like the character creation,
Hmm.
basically every option that you pick is gonna give you some experience and some skill.
Okay.
So that's so at some point, like if you want to be the guy to play music,
Hmm.
you pick some option that's gonna give you like some experience in music, right? You learn it something during your life. Basically,
Hmm.
that's what happened.
Hmm.
And also like it's you get better at using the like every time the tempo change,
Hmm.
you gain one experience point in the skill that you use in a significant manner during the little tempo, basically, which is
Hmm.
if you're an action tempo, like so your action scene,
Okay.
and then like the action is resolved, was a combat, was a race, or whatever, then you can mark an experience point in the skill that you use,
Hmm.
and then you do some negotiation and you do some talking and try to persuade somebody to give you information, then you can get an experience point.
In that field,
Yeah,
right?
so it's really like, so there's no level, there's no class. It's really like by using the skill
Hmm.
that you get better at it. And again, I try to make it as unobtrusive as possible.
Hmm.
It's just like, okay, now like, okay, we're gonna get out of initiative, whatever. Like, you can do it in more elegant way than that, obviously.
We're
But
getting better at that. That's true. We are getting
yeah.
better at that.
But you can just like, or the scene change. Well,
Hmm.
okay, you can just like take a quick moment, think like, okay, I did that. That was
Hmm.
significant. And sometimes you did nothing. Like sometimes you didn't
Hmm.
like use any skill or whatever. Just like
Right.
you didn't push yourself, so you're not learning anything, and that's all right too.
Yeah, that's okay too. That's
Yeah.
that's all right.
Let me look at the chat real quick. See what people say. SBD said, then the RPG that took over the world by storm was born. Well, I don't know. It might be a failure, right? It's like I have a very experimental approach. I'm doing a lot of stuff that in a different way than a lot of game.
What would constitute a success for you for Bastard Sword? It's not
The
really a
big question I was
commercial
trying.
success. It's more like what would be a success? That it works.
Oh,
It
it's not commercial
fulfills
success.
its premise. That
The for me, like the question I was trying to answer with Bastard Sword was, can we have a game that is a little more crunchy, a little more mechanical
okay.
depth, but that doesn't get in the way of the role play, and
Mhm.
in a sense that support it, right? Support the role play instead of getting in the way of the role play. Uh, that's what I wanted to see, and that's the idea with the spirit point as well, right? Because you can decide, and you can decide to spend spirit point to and already paint a picture in your mind that, oh, now I'm pushing myself, I'm exerting myself
Mhm.
more. Oh, my
Mhm.
spirit point are getting low, I'm getting tired, right? I'm getting, oh man, I need to rest a bit, right? You can like, it gives you information more than just having like, oh, you know what, my HP are three-quarter down, so it doesn't
Mm,
mean nothing, right? Like at some
right.
point, like, because you have more spirit point, it takes a
Mhm.
while before you starting losing dice,
Mhm.
because you're gonna start like an average character is going to start around like 24 spirit points or something like that.
Right.
You don't roll 24 dice, obviously.
Right. Right.
But like a good roll would be like 5 dice in your dice. That'd be very good in your
Mhm.
dice pool.
Mhm.
So it takes a while before you start like being affected, but at some point you are, and then like you say, okay, now it's time. Maybe like it's time I retreat. It's time like I'm not gonna push that fight anymore, or I'm gonna surrender, stuff like that, right? Just like, and same thing with the virtue and stuff like that, right? Trying to having those mechanic that kind of like say, if you play your character right, or if the mechanic, or just if you look at the mechanic, it tells you about what your character is living, like, right? It's like it goes along with what should happen. So that's what for me, that basically, like, to answer your question, a success would be like,
That
if
it
we
can
can
do
role play
that
this
thing.
game and by the rules,
Mhm.
and that it feel natural. It feel like we are role playing, even though the system is probably a little heavier than what we used to. Because
that
I think
sounds
like,
great.
that's like, I love mechanical depth, but I find like oftentimes you play a game like Pathfinder, like the way they're done gets in the way all the time, right? Because now, like,
I
I
agree.
have to. There's too much calculation. I have to wait, and and I want to talk about a little bit more about combat later on, but let me go through the chat a little more.
Yeah, there's lots there.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. We have Phil here. Hello.
There he is.
Hey guys,
How you doing?
Phil's here. It's
I'm doing
awesome.
well.
Did you watch from the start, or you just joining in blind?
I watched the last 5 minutes or so.
The last 5 minutes, so you know what we're talking about.
You're talking about Bastard Sword, if I'm correct. How your goal, the question you're answering.
Yes, because like I also want to.
But did you guys already talk about Crispy's shirt?
No one has mentioned anything about my shirt yet.
Should I?
It's phenomenal.
You should have known. Like,
I want to go on a cruise with that shirt.
Yeah, that's right.
How come you don't have a black T-shirt? Black T-shirt, black background. That's the team.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm way too tropical today.
Yeah, that's good.
Good.
Yeah, it's a bit cold. I love like those tropical shirt, Hawaiian shirt, like, but it's a bit too cold still here.
It's too cold here too.
I had to wear like a hoodie.
It's just flowery enough. It's the perfect cruise shirt, Crispy.
Oh, thank you. I've never been on a cruise.
No, me neither.
No, I'm not. It's not that I would be seasick either. It's just the idea of being around, cooped up in one ship with 3,000 people that I.
Yeah,
it just doesn't sound like, to me. It just sounds like Legionnaire's disease or whatever it is that you like. It just sounds like great.
Well, I live next to a cruise port, so it's like a totally different thing to me to have to fly to go to a cruise.
But also,
for me, I just like drive for a couple hours and I'm on a cruise.
And then you're on a cruise.
You're also a sailor, Phil.
Yeah, I love cruises.
Does Canada have an ocean? Of course we have an ocean. We have 3 oceans.
Yeah, we have 3 oceans. Like, we're the country with the most ocean.
I've never been on a cruise, though. Can't say I have.
Oh well.
But it's like those that love it. I mean, they really love it. Yeah. I've just never.
I like my vacation to be a little more like active, right?
It's it's if you don't want an adventurous vacation.
Yeah, that's I like adventurous vacation.
Yeah, so it's pretty predictable, isn't it, Phil? Like, you're like, okay.
Yeah, you get to maximize your not having to think about anything.
Yeah, I cannot do that.
Yeah, because it's like, do I want food?
There goes my sub.
I would go on a cruise. I would fucking bring my laptop, and I would basically do what I do here, right? I would just like work, and
it'd be great. It'd work really well. You don't have to worry about
work
food.
from the boat. I'm gonna go back in the cabin because it's noisy here, right? And it's like, well,
I mean, there is something to be said, Max, about just getting out into nature, and it's just quiet and peaceful, and it's nice.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Yeah, even that, like, I know, like, thing like I cannot fish. It's too slow for me.
It's not a lot of fishing on a cruise liner.
No, I'm talking about like those like leisure time where you just like shut off, right? Just I cannot do that. Like, I need to be. And I need to be moving.
Well, it's definitely changed since I had a daughter.
Oh,
right. So. Yeah, now
the experience at the cruise is something totally different now.
I guess so.
Oh, yeah. More here.
Arun say, I'm at the point where I'm more blame system for committing failure than players.
Why?
A lot of system don't help for sure. I think like also like a lot of like I blame not necessarily like the GM at the session, but oftentimes like the previous GM as well. Like I said, like players are trained to be passive oftentimes.
Yeah,
that's a big fucking problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mercurius is in Australia, so it's like 11.39. See, they have metric time over there.
Yeah, they do time in hundredths.
Yes. It's base 10 time. That's nice.
Yeah. Go ahead, Phil.
Nah, I just
they aren't trained and incentivized. They won't do particularly well. Exactly, like they're like as I said, like they're oftentimes like I almost say like it's not that they're not trained. It's like they're trained wrong, because if you take people that are new to the hobby, they can get faster sometime, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, and then they figure out what it is, and then they're like, "Oh, this is nerds."
Yes,
This isn't what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
I thought I could do anything.
Yeah, but I can't really. I just have to wait, and then you point at something on my character sheet, and then I just have to say that.
I roll the die and I add 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Don't worry. The first rule will be like putting in Fox Girl as playable race or something like that. Well, one of the race are the phones, which are like beast people, animal people. So
there you go.
You don't have to
covers all of them.
Yeah, although like they're like they are in the base, there are 4, which are the goatmen, kind of like wolfman, cat, and rat.
Speaking of which, here's the cat.
Speaking of which, here's the cat.
Cat man.
I tried to play a cat once. A cat. I was in a 5th edition game, and it was with one of the editors of the game, and so I was playing this Tabaxi, is what I guess they are.
Yeah.
And I was trying to play it like a cat, and this is before I kind of realized that you should be role playing, and so I'm trying to play this thing as a cat all the time, and I've had cats, so the cat is constantly doing things to annoy everything around him. He didn't last more than one session. He was like, something happens. He's curious. He's wandering away. He's doing his own things, completely independent, and then he's just dead. And I didn't realize all of the, bonus action for this, and he can do this and this. And I was just trying to play a cat. I was like, I'm thinking of my favorite cat when I was a kid. I'm like, I'm going to play this character as if I'm that cat.
Yeah, like those that's a question I've been having lately, because of when you think about it, like they're elevated animals, right?
Yeah.
And now like you make them sapient, and like I look at my dog, right? Just like he's a lot of you got a lot of the same needs that we have. He doesn't have the same intelligence. But if he was, because now that's what we do. You take a dog and I assume a lot of the thing, like he would start, like a lot of those dog behavior that are stupid would go away, right? Just like at some point, like
they would probably.
When you do what?
When you elevate him to like a human level intelligence.
Oh, okay.
Like at some point when you take a dog and you make it sapient, like he's a mammal. He's a mammal like all of us. So like just like not that different. At some point, you're just like, so why would he keep like all these like dog-like behavior?
What dog-like behaviors would you keep? I think you go with
barking
stomping
at that car, right? Like it wouldn't like you take a dog, like a dog will chase a car. You make him like human level intelligence, you won't fucking start chasing car around for no reason.
No, but he may have a very short attention span. Like he may not chase the car, but he constantly is looking at the cars, like squirrel, like squirrel.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But that's my question. Like, would like at what point does that get away, right?
Yeah, I don't know. At some point, though, if they're uplifted too much, they're just humans, and so
my dog can have a pretty high attention span.
Yeah,
when there's like food.
Yeah, when you have some food, you get like laser focus,
like staring at you.
Yeah, salivating.
It's like, hey, it's been an hour. You haven't moved.
Yeah.
They're like, well, you haven't eaten that chicken finger. Have
That's right. There's that. You gonna eat that? You gonna eat that? You gonna eat that?
And then, like after an hour and a half, I'm like, okay, I'll reward you because I like this, just to fuck with them.
Yeah. Human only for the first test for the whole system. Yes, it's gonna be like human only for the first step, not for the whole system. There's some fantasy race, but I do also I will advise in the book that some mix don't go well. Like, don't play orc and human together. Like, you want to do an orc campaign, you do an orc campaign. You want to do a human campaign, like you do a human campaign. You want to do like an elf campaign, right? Just like they're different style and theme and stuff like that, and rhythm, but you don't like, they don't necessarily mix that well. They're not meant to be anyway.
Why should I care what you want me to do? Why don't I just do whatever I want? It's a role-playing game.
Yeah, exactly. You can do whatever.
That's why I don't understand these role-playing game like rules. If the creator wants me to do a thing, like throw all that stuff in the garbage.
It's not like
do whatever I want because it's my game.
Yeah, but like it's not like I'm saying not to do it. It's like I'm advising against it.
Oh, I see.
It's more like caution.
Kind of goes back to Arun's like statement where he's like, you blame the system.
Yeah.
That's like, just throw whatever you don't want in the garbage. Like, who cares?
Are there real women in this setting? They are. Well, you can play a woman, and I don't make any difference basically between, like, I didn't want to go on this rabbit hole of like, oh, if you're a woman you get those bonus and those malus and stuff like that, right? Just like,
there can be, because it's your game. Do whatever you want.
Well, because it's a life path system, you could always like choose like more traditional womanly choice in your life path system, and it will give you a character that's more traditional woman, right? You're gonna have like those housecraft skill.
Yeah. The housecraft. So he said,
yeah, housecraft. I'm not joking.
No, he's got like a skill family about is it stewardship, or I kind of forget what that's called.
Housecraft. It's right there.
Oh, nice. Housecraft. Okay.
It's literally in there. Housecraft. Sure. Cleaning, cooking, farming, sewing,
and stewardship. Yeah. There you go. Not kidding.
It's right there.
Women stuff.
But again, cooking, very useful skill to regain spirit.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing kills morale more than a nasty meal. Like, ugh.
And some of those
we almost died in that dungeon, and now we're eating this. Like, that sucks.
And I do have a lot of skill, but because you gain the experience by using the skill, right? It's not like you don't gain one skill at the detriment of the other. You know, if you did like if you cooked in that scene and that's what you did, right? Then you can gain an experience point there. Yeah. It doesn't take away from something else, right? So that's why I didn't shy away like to have like those skills that are like maybe less useful or more rarely useful,
right?
Because it's not like it's not like a zero-sum game.
Yeah,
in that sense.
It seems like you've baked in a lot of uses for each skill.
I tried to. Yeah, I tried to. That. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And even like cleaning. Oh, that's fucking silly to have a cleaning game. What if you just murder somebody in his office and now you want to make the blood goes away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bam! You just got a skill that's useful there.
It's up to the player to role play the skill and how you'd use it in the like be creative on how you'd use the skill. That's a player asset. A good player will look at those skills and be like, yeah, I'm always thinking like I'm the character. My character has these skills. So when I look at the world through my character's eyes, the character is always looking at, well, how would I implement my skills to do this?
Like, and also like one thing, like, go ahead, Phil.
Sometimes when I walk in my dirty kitchen, I'm like,
because you don't have the skill.
I can't do this shit.
Yeah, but like also like you see like the skill are grouped in family, right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
And
so is that like that you have the category or family of the skill and then specializations within the skill? Is that how that works?
You could see it that way, like this. You get the skill there, and you always add the rank of the family to the skill.
Yes. Okay.
And when you have like 3 skill inside the same family that have 1 or more rank, you reduce them by 1 rank and you increase the family by 1 rank.
Oh, okay.
So that basically like bring the other skill together with them, right?
Mhm.
So maybe you like, like often, like I like the example of like the athleticism, because it's one that's easy to understand, right?
Mhm.
Maybe you got like climbing, jumping, and lifting. At some point, you can become like a pretty well-rounded athlete, right?
Mhm.
So even though you never like went to swim or run, you're not like particularly good at it. Well, you got the athleticism, like, so it's gonna carry over. You're gonna have some carryover, right? So
Mhm.
that's the idea, like those kind of thing. Like, same thing with crafting. Well, you did some masonry and you did some woodworking, you did some gem cutting.
There's some principles that cross over.
Exactly.
so-
You're gonna go for the metal working
Right.
for the first time. You're probably gonna pick it up like faster, and you be good with your
Yeah.
hand and like
Yeah,
this
that
kind of
makes sense.
stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
like, so that's why like I group those things in. So even then, a skill that might seem not so useful
Mhm.
might carry over to another skill in the same family that is useful, right?
Right.
So there's also this thing as well. So it's not all like it's not all like wasted, basically. That's also one thing that I do, like maybe a bit different.
Mhm.
One thing a problem I try to solve, you could say.
I like it.
I'm excited to play it.
Yeah, that's why I was telling Crispy. Like, I posted a lot of things in the Discord now on the Bastard Sword, because like I'm gearing up to do a session for you.
Oh baby.
Yeah.
Yep. There's
And
an
what I was
SRD and all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna do a practice session.
And I showed like
We should
like
do
I showed
it right now.
Yeah. I showed the dice.
Yep.
Like I got my like I don't know if
Dice
you
pool.
Did you make some good ones?
Yeah.
look.
Well,
I got those dice with just the bar like that. So like those are D12, but so you get right away what you get, right?
you can quickly see
Oh, these are like
The number of
the-
success.
I got
Yeah.
you.
Fuck, if I could roll something that's interesting, right?
You don't add them?
Yes, you had that.
Oh, yeah,
And
but you add the
But and
successes.
you tell there on the top, right? Just like
You don't add the numbers and then divide by 4, right? You just add the successes on each die.
yeah, exactly. You don't add the number and divide by 4. But I also have like the like traditional dice that, and you can just like say, okay, this is 1, this is 1, this is 0. But also like Sophie's dice total them for you.
Mhm.
And I put that in the Discord as well.
because
so they can-
4 and higher is 1 success.
exactly.
8 and higher is 2 successes.
Yeah.
12 or higher is 3 successes.
Yes. And if you ever like this one would be 2, 1, 0, so 3. Yeah, there you go. And if you ever to get like 20-sided dice with technically you could, well then you can have like those, like you could have like 5 success on one dice. But this is
Right.
like this would be like very very like heroic kind of like a game.
Yeah.
But because everything is algorithmic,
Mhm.
you could technically, right? Just like there's no like there's no charge and stuff like that. It's just like, well, it's the basically the next level time 4, right? Just like so.
Mhm.
Then there's no limit. Right? You want to raise your skill until you get like 10 dice in your dice pool. Takes a long time. Technically, you could.
It happens on session 0, or it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Am I right, guys?
Yeah, but also like
That's right.
No progression.
and also because also everything is algorithmic. If somebody would want to play with the what's it called? Zochi dice?
Oh yeah. Yeah. The
Like-
ones that DCC uses.
Yeah, like you
Mhm.
could, right? Just like,
Mhm.
but
Your D7s and your
yeah,
D5s.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D24s, D16s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curious. I think Mr. Max doesn't like male player with more. That's true. that's a
It can be
known fact.
cringy. I've seen it done well. I've done it poorly. I've had it be successful. It can be, yeah. Your mileage may vary.
For me, like it's also like the question I always get back is like, what does it like? Is it worth? Is the juice worth? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Right? Is
Yeah.
it like because it's gonna come at a cost? Like like
Yeah.
no, I have to always like need those distant position in my mind. Is it gonna bring something to the story? Is it gonna bring something to the role play? Is
Yeah.
it gonna detract more than it's gonna add, right? Just like an often thought, like I rarely find that it does add.
Yeah, I prefer people that have shown that they can role play before they start doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Show me
Yeah.
you can do it first. Now
Yeah.
that I can see you can do it, sure. Yeah, no
And
Now
problem.
they,
also-
now they can see you do it. No.
Yeah.
It's
the same
Now
thing,
that I
like,
see,
like,
like, what I mean by that is if there's someone that can't, if they can't be in character and be serious about playing their character, then
Yeah.
I don't want them to try to play a female character.
But it's the same thing also, like why I like people like to play human, and like some people
Yeah.
like when a player complains sometimes, like let's say, well, I'm human every day in my life, like I want to be something else when I role play, like then you already know this guy's not a role player, right? Like
Yeah.
you know, like now you're just gonna, if you cannot find somebody that's different than you that is human, then you don't get it, right?
No.
It's almost like a filter already.
Yeah.
The first thing I do when someone role plays a woman is I try to make out with them. See if they're okay.
This
with
is
it.
why we can't have good
With
nice
the player, not the character, right?
Which one's the player?
I
Yeah,
don't know. That's always the problem.
just jump in, both feet.
Yeah. It's a clip
Oh,
side.
you're playing a
that
woman? I'm
famous
gonna
Swiss
really
cheese.
up my social skills, and you're gonna want me.
You have to. I rolled high.
You have
You
to.
got
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
Why aren't you
twin-
role playing? Why aren't
You
you
have
role
to.
We're
playing?
role playing. I'm just doing what my character would do, man.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you giving me a back rub at the table, dude? Like, you're making me uncomfortable.
Yep.
We're role playing.
Like
Yeah.
Blicker said, like I actually don't allow men to play woman PC or women to play male PC. It's always been cringe to me. Nothing against people like for me, like female that want to play male, that doesn't bother me.
Mhm. They're usually okay at it.
Yeah, it's and playing a male is much simpler.
It can be.
I'm always disappointed
Yeah,
You're
whenever a
disappointed?
woman wants to play a man because I'm
I
like,
am too.
but I finally get to have a woman.
Oh, yeah.
player.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
But also like the way I see it, the way I see things as well, like I always say, like, you know, like being an adventurer would most likely be a heavily male skewed profession, right? So, you know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
like I don't want to have a party that is like a 50-50 male female, right? It's like that would be weird. Like if it happens,
It
because I
depends
have,
on
like,
the
a
party.
50-50
It depends. It
table,
depends on
right?
the adventure, I suppose. Like if you were, I don't know, maybe you were running a game where you're all spies and
Yeah.
you had
Yeah,
a
it depends. Like if in the fantasy trope, usually like I'm
Sure.
more used to, like, or even sci-fi stuff like that. Like there's some
Well, you
setting
could-
where it work better,
yeah.
right? Just
That's true. But you could do it as like you were a traveling performance troupe.
Yeah.
And then it's a fantasy setting and you could say, well, yeah, we could have 50-50 here with the acrobats and maybe there's someone else or juggler or just the assistant for the
bearded lady.
knife thrower or whatever. Could have it.
Or just
no
like-
knife thrown at her.
It's like almost all fiction has a pretty good dose of women and men.
Mm-hmm.
Too much.
It's not that hard to
It's not that hard. It's just
imagine.
I don't want the fact
break
that
my
it's,
verisimilitude
yeah. Well, I just don't want to. Yeah.
in fiction as well.
I prefer it with people that actually understand the opposite sex a little bit. That they're not like
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm out then.
it's this terrible, simplistic, oversimplified, terrible thing that
Yeah, I feel like if Max was a woman, he'd be like, "Look at me, I'm an idiot." Max, that's not.
Max.
not
That's
what
not
women
how
are.
women are, man.
Look at me, I don't take any responsibility for my actions.
He's like,
okay, Jesus.
Well, I'm just gonna go show my bottles to the ark.
it's just like, they're not.
Asking for some money.
That's not an accurate overall picture.
Are we doing this for how long? For the whole 2 hours?
Next comment.
Yeah, like Arun said, I think girls can generally play guys better than guys can play girls, and I agree with that.
Probably.
Guys, 100% agree with that.
I guess.
Probably.
Yeah.
Max has it pretty pegged. I've
Mhm.
noticed.
Oh, what?
I said I noticed you have it pretty pegged.
A pretty
The,
what?
Like you got it. You get it.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. Well, you know what? I've known a
Yeah.
woman or two,
Yeah.
despite what people may think.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah, I'd rather a cleric that play music. That would
There's
work
something
well.
I wanted to say about this.
Yeah.
I think it's great role play potential to have
Yeah.
a character that has an unexpected skill.
Yes.
So I like playing. I remember a character I was playing once. Was a soldier, like a line soldier, right? But he had this high skill in artistry, and so I liked playing that because in his shield he would keep, a few sheets of parchment or something, and when every chance he got when he wasn't in battle, he'd be taking a moment sketching something out or appreciating the beauty of something. And I liked it because it was he was this bloodthirsty soldier, but then he had this other side of him that I thought was interesting. So I do like that. I like that idea that you have an unexpected skill or
Yep.
something just makes it a little, to me, it seems, even though it's maybe a bit of a stretch, it does seem a little more well-rounded than
Is there any
I
of them
only
that
do
aren't
this
like?
one thing. I'm super good at grappling and I can't do anything else. I can't cook, I can't clean, I can't tie my shoes, but I've maxed out all of my
That's also like
abilities to
when I do like
grapple.
the background, like in the life path system, you always grab a bunch of skills. So sometimes you're gonna maybe if you want to try to mix min max, you're gonna grab this background because it give me this good skill, but
Mhm.
you're also gonna get along. Like it's not like you're not gonna get one skill; you get a few skill experience and a
Yeah,
few
I like
skill,
that.
right?
I like having a few
Yeah.
skills because
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong about being a specialist, but it's nice to have something else.
But also, like if you always do the same thing in play, because you gain experience by using the skill, then you can become a specialist.
Mhm. Mhm.
But do it through play, right? You
True
just like,
play, right?
yeah. So, Phil, you want to test something?
Oh yes, I noticed that most of those extra skills are usually like creative hobbies.
Yeah.
You know, what's like a good, not creative hobby that you'd have as like a extra skill? You think? Maybe like, well, I guess Max has like a shitload, like cleaning. You
Yeah.
know,
Cooking.
yeah.
Well, I guess that's creating food.
A lot of the a lot of the
Like all
crafting, I guess. The crafting.
the crafting.
Yeah. A lot of the kind of science and thing, right?
Yeah, with Traveler is a lot more skills. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of like professions and science and engineering.
Yeah. I got a science category.
Mhm.
So you can pick, and you could like lean into that if you want to play this kind of character. If you want to play a scholar and stuff like that, right? There's the way to lean into that,
Yeah.
and you can find some use out of it, and also like that's left to the player as well, right? If you, for some reason, if you want like lean heavily into like taxonomy,
Yeah.
that's what your character is good at, and you find a way to make it useful in play, right?
Tucked in
Why
your
not?
shield, you have like a stuffed box. and
Yeah,
you just,
that's
like,
right.
Yeah, exactly.
stuffing things in it.
What?
Like, what are you doing behind your shield? Oh, nothing. I have this stuffed fox. Like, oh,
What do you think?
it's weird.
I said taxonomy, not taxidermy.
Oh, I think you said taxidermy.
No, I don't have a taxidermy skill. Maybe I should.
Yeah, that's
Taxonomy. What is that?
Identifying like a species.
Oh,
and
yeah.
classification. Basically, like what
Of
I intend that to be is
course.
also like a monster lore. So if you see this monster, you want to identify it. If you go to taxonomy, maybe you have a better chance like that.
Mhm.
Well, you need to get taxidermy.
I need to get taxidermy. In what family would I put that? That would be like crafting. You need to be a
Yeah.
crafting.
Be a
skill.
crafting thing,
Probably
sure.
crafting.
Yeah.
I like that when you slowly raise your crafting main skill, you're getting really good at taxidermy,
Exactly.
whether you like it or not. Like,
And then, like
you're
at some
very
point, there's this one situation like, what? We need to stuff that animal.
oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh no, we killed the dog, the king's dog. quick, let's stuff him. Yeah,
You guys get a
rope.
rope and pulley system, and I'll start setting up the dog.
Got around a pocket
Weekend
full
at
of glass
Bernie's, a
eye
dog.
put into this.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a weekend at Bernie's situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe
I'm
it'll be art.
wagging. I'm wagging.
Should be art.
Who cares?
I don't know.
I know it's my idea, but who cares?
It's going to be a wild session 0.
Yeah, it is.
Wild.
Oof.
How do you roleplay a character when a character? How do you play when a character knows a skill that the actual player doesn't know?
Oh, we've talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about
You
this.
learn 3 things
Yep.
about the skill.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then when it comes time to do it, you
That's
say
exactly right.
the word
Yeah.
like subdural hematoma. You're a brain surgeon. You know
Yeah.
the words subdural hematoma.
Yep.
Yeah. And then there you go. You're good at it.
Hand me a scalpel.
Yeah.
And then you pantomime what they're doing about, because
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but when you're watching a TV show that's about a brain surgeon, they never show you brain surgery.
Also, a lot of it is wrong, right? If you just like
Who
this.
cares?
But, like,
Exactly. Who
because the
cares?
idea also, like when they do a show, it's to convey the idea of brain surgery,
Yeah.
not to actually like teach you about brain surgery, right? You don't watch
Be like, nurse. Thank you, nurse.
Mhm.
the brain is in the head.
The brain is.
So I know all I need to know.
That
about
means we're gonna have to cut this head open. Am I right, guys?
You know what I mean, right?
For the
Yeah,
brain
right.
surgery, remember that I know about.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, yeah, it is helpful if you spend a few minutes. Phil is against
30
anything
seconds.
longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Just getting a few. Go to Wikipedia or whatever nonsense on the internet and just look it up. Well, what is the skill entail? Like, oh, that's what it is. Oh, there's a few things about this.
Go to
Okay.
a YouTube channel or go to a YouTube video about stealth. Be like, what's this guy doing with his feet? Oh,
Shuffling
I'm
them
going to
around.
describe that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you sound like you know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah. But that's the idea. You don't have to give like an actual description of the thing. Like just convey the idea, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Uh,
But when you add a little description,
Russian crazy where you live. Yeah, that's true.
when you add a little description, it adds legitimacy to your
Yeah.
character, and it's
Mhm.
cool.
Crispy's Canadian. Pff, there goes my sub. I am as
know.
well.
I've been losing subs lately. I don't know what I've
Yeah.
done.
Already. I have been too. It's probably something like YouTube might be cleaning stuff.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. Like my sub have been like
Are you
very up and
still
down.
at the 700, right? You're in the
Yeah,
700 club?
I was at 704, something like that. Like it took a while for me to pass 700. I don't know why. I kept like going close, got dipping down. But
Do you guys know what the 700 club is?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
That might be an
no.
American thing.
Maybe.
It's just Christian TV. It was like old
Oh,
from
we
like
don't have
the
that in
80s.
Is that like 700 channel? Is that what it is? Like,
I don't know why it was 700.
no, I've never heard of that.
Probably a biblical reference.
Oh, maybe. I've never heard of it though.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna skip
Neat.
some comment because like I want to catch up.
Is there too many comments?
There's been quite a few, but also like there's some more stuff I want to talk about.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a good question there by Tomb of Lime. He's
Oh,
asking
Tomb of Lime
about
is there.
how the
But,
GM adjusts difficulty work. How if you're GMing Bastard Sword, how do you adjust the difficulty?
Oh, I try to keep the difficulty like pretty standard. That I can share that if I remember how to do share. I forgot how StreamYard work for some reason. If you see like the little like in the player's aid, I got this
see.
little section here.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Show something is routine. You don't need any success. So unless you have something that gives you a malus, you don't need to roll. You just do it. If it's easy, you need a 1 success. Challenging 3 success. So because like I told you about that, Crispy, before, like this pattern of like 1, 3, 10, 30
Mm-hmm.
come back everywhere in the game. So that's a sequence you have to learn. But
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty easy. Is it too
Mhm.
hard?
Nope.
Half order of magnitude.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what an order of magnitude is?
Mm-hmm.
Like would be like 110, 100, 1000. That's order of magnitude. Half
Mhm.
order of magnitude goes like 130, 1, 3, 10, 30, 100. Add a
300,
step.
so on.
Yeah, it add a step between the 10 and the 1.
Mm-hmm.
And for magical reason, the step is not at 50 because then you would have those situations where you're in between. And even if you look at the size categories there, like down there, right? Just like look at that. 3 centimeter,
it's
10
the
centimeter,
same.
10
Okay.
centimeter, right? Just like they still work on that. But like that's the concept of the half order of magnitude. When you start looking in the world, like, if you ask you how many students is in the classroom,
Mhm.
and you have to guess, right? An estimation on average. then it's gonna be like 30. How many
30. Yeah.
how many orange is usually in a bag of orange, right?
10.
10. How many seat is in a movie theater?
300.
You see, they always like felt like, and if you look at the actual answer of that, usually pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the way that we organize the world as human, those are numbers we usually gravitate to. So difficulty level, I kept at 1, 3, 10, just because of that, right? And when you go to 10, basically it's called near impossible, because unless you have like a lot of bonus and stuff like that, and you're very good at what you do,
Right.
and like that's the thing. Like if you shoot somebody that is behind cover, right? If you got partial cover, you suffer 1 success malus. If you got adequate cover, you suffer 3 success malus.
Mm-hmm.
If you got near complete cover, you suffer 10 success malus. So if you want to try to shoot somebody that's near perfect cover, that means like you're gonna try to get like a little piece that stick out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're very good at it, you can hit him. But because you're gonna have like not much success left over, it's not gonna do much damage anyway, right?
Do you want to answer this question? It's not exactly what was asked by Tomb of Lime, but what is there in your system in Bastard Sword? Is there gradations of success failure?
Yes, a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have like a what call hits. Hits or the success you have above the difficulty level.
Oh, okay.
And oftentimes those hits can be used to impose some effect or gonna have impact on the effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
The biggest example is in combat. We can talk about it if you want. I'll bring back the player aid even. That's gonna, because I have something I can show there, I guess. You see here, like it's a 1 hit, right? This section here.
Mm-hmm.
That's in combats is resolved with the opposed roll. So most of the time somebody can decide not to defend, but usually what's gonna happen, somebody's gonna declare that he's attacking somebody. The other person says, I'm gonna defend, right? Otherwise you're just a sitting duck. Basically you have a result of 0 on your defense. So the player that so the success or compare, the player with the most success have those hits that he can now spend to impose control effect. Okay. And those are the things you see here. So, and you can impose like multiple of them, and you can impose them multiple times. And that's the idea also, like creating like a what I wanted. I didn't want to have like this fight where you just have like the guys standing in front of each other, round after
trading
round,
blows,
right?
Yeah, boring.
And already you have that because you always have a choice, because you can always decide, why am I spending spirit in that role, in that round, or do I want to try to preserve my spirit? So you always have a choice to make every time you make a roll, because of the mechanic of spirit was also for that. It's never just like, oh, make that roll, okay, make that roll, and now it's just a chance, right? Choice for me was very important. And the idea, like how I see combat should be resolved is like, it's your turn, right? You say where you are and what you do. And basically in that case, because there's also like range of attack, you say like, okay, I'm at medium range with this guy and I'm attacking him with my sword. And then the guy can say, I defend against him with my spear. And then you roll, you compare the success, you win. Then you can say like, I push him, or I should have like done that the other sense. Like, you're the one with the spear, is the one with the sword, so you win. You say, push him back 1 step, and now he's at long range. So now I can like stab him with my spear and cause some damage, right? You also buy damage dice with the hit.
Oh, okay.
So if you score 5 hits, you use 1 to push him back. So now he's in the range of attack of your spear, and now you can cause him damage. So now you can use the 4 remaining hits to cause the damage. but there's again a choice to make, right? You can also you could say oh, do I want to stagger the guy, which would reduce his initiative because since you're now in that situation, you're the one that attacks, so apparently you would have the initiative. But let's say the one defending won the exchange. It means his initiative is lower than yours. I'm doing a terrible job at explaining that now.
That's going to be one that we'll have to just show as a practice, I think.
I'm trying to say too much at once, right?
Yeah, that's the hard thing about explaining games, new games.
Yeah. So yeah, the guy on the defensive, right? It might be a better move for him to say, I won the exchange, instead of trying to cause you damage, because since I'm on the defensive, 1 damage dice cost me 3 hits.
Oh, I see. That's what that means.
Right. That's what that means. Mm-hmm. So now what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to use the hits that I score to lower your initiative. So on the next round, I can be on the offensive.
Got it.
Right. So you have those choices to make like that, right? And same thing, you can drive the opponent, which you can push the opponent back, but you can also drive him, which is push. You have to make a step back, but he can choose where he goes. Drive, you're pushing him back, and you choose where he goes. So again, if you fight on a bridge, on the side of a cliff, that's the kind of thing. Maybe instead of causing them damage, pushing him off, right? So it was this idea of causing those having those options, right? So the combat is intended to be more dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, I got it.
Does that sound too complex? Does that sound insane?
Well, it sounds complex, but I actually don't think it is. I think it's one of those things, like many games, many board games, where reading the rules but it sounds really complex, but then you actually watch it played and you think, oh, well, this is easy. This isn't that hard. There's a lot of games like that where it's at first it sounds like there's a lot of moving pieces here, but I actually think it'll go fast.
And I tried to make it quite sensible, and that it makes sense, right? It's just I try as much as possible, and keep it that's why it's always it costs 1 hit or it costs 3 hit. I don't have this. Oh, this one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3, this one is 4. Right? No, it's one, the other. So you just have to remember those categories. Is it something that is easy to do? Something that's harder to do, right? That's also part of an advantage of the half order of magnitude. I think having this gap in between make it easier to remember which one is which, right? If you try to have something too gradual, then everything became gray. Mm-hmm. Shades of gray, right? It's easier to tell something that is 100% white, 50% gray, and 100% black, mm-hmm. than trying to tell different gradation between. But that's and I intend to have, and that's something we'll have to try and work on, see if it works. I'd like to have, if 2 characters are fighting each other, one can be an NPC, one can be the PC, right? Doesn't matter. It can be 2 NPC. If 2 characters are fighting each other, I intend the exchange to go back and forth a lot with short exchange, right? So I go at him with my sword. I'm at a medium range. I go at him with my sword. I try to defend with my spear. And then I shift 1 step back. I try to stab him, those little, and then you roll for the damage and say the damage go mostly to my armor, right? So every time you do, because again the damage roll is opposed by the armor of the character. So now the guy that caused the damage, say I tried to stab him with my spear, indicating that it's doing piercing damage. His roll is damage. The number of success on the damage roll is shared. The player defending receiving the damage compared to his armor, and then he can say, I take a major hit, or I take a major injury, I'm bleeding, stuff like that, right? They're all mechanic, but they're describing what happened and what you see. That was my goal. A big part of my goal was that just by describing that and using the mechanic, it does fill in the fiction, filling the image that we create in our mind. I'm feeling like I'm losing you. I don't know.
What I'm thinking about, and maybe Phil's thinking about this too. How are we going to role play the spending of hits for different things? Like if let's say I'm using the hits that I've rolled
Yeah.
to lower the opponent's initiative.
Yes.
How am I going to role play that without just going into meta talk?
That's why. Okay, I like that question, and that's why all those effects have action name.
Stagger, push,
I
shift.
I stagger him.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, I see that is. So if I say if I shift,
I
then that
shift one
is
step closer
one
to him.
step without a retaliation. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Retaliation, basically, like if you do something that is not combat when you're in combat zone, right? Just like
Got it.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
But yeah, I push. So that was something I thought about, because obviously it's part of the thing. Like I want this game to be role playable, and that's a big problem I have with a lot of those games that are more crunchier. Why am I? Sorry, I kicked you out of the. That's a problem I have with those games that tend to be more crunchy. Oftentimes they have like names that are thematic and stuff like that, but then they are very mechanical in nature, because like then like, oh, if I say like, oh, I'm like, I often use the example, like I use the fury of the small, right? There's no real way to weave that into a natural sentence, right? While saying like I shift one step closer to him and I grab him. Grab is another thing you can do. It's a maneuver you can do, right? Then or I'm driving back one step toward the edge of the bridge, right?
Makes sense.
Then it's still like mechanical, but it's kind of feel like still like a natural sentence, right? No?
Yeah, I like that.
That's the goal anyway.
Yep.
I like normal language things. Yep. I like
Unless
that a
it's
lot.
spells.
I think you got a super chat there, Max. Did you see it?
So.
Yeah. Australian $2 from Mercurius.
Oh, thank you, Mercurius. Sorry if I missed it.
Yeah, no, it's very kind of him to do that.
Question. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty much catch up now too with the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's what people don't think about. Use your environment, and that's also something I wanted to have a system that also like that's why I like push and drive and shift are part of that, because and even like the range, like it might be insane in like melee range. I have 3 range for melee: close, medium, and long. Are you toe to toe with the guy? 1 step away, 2 step away, right? But I wanted to have this thing because first, I think it makes the combat more dynamic, because like I said, if you have like a guy with a spear, a guy with a sword, a guy with a spear, a guy with a dagger, right? Then I might fight you off with my dagger when I'm at long range, 2 step away from you. It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna have got 3 success malus.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But then if I manage to overcome that, then I can shift 2 step toward you and attack you with my dagger. And now you have 3 success malus.
I see.
With your spear when you're fighting back, right? So there's this dynamic there. The combat move, the situation, like what I wanted, what I didn't want. I wanted that every round something happened that the status quo change as much as possible, right? I guess sometimes it's gonna happen that, well, okay, now like we end up like the same space we are, but ideally the situation should change. Otherwise, it's a wasted round. It's not interesting. And just this one thing, maybe I didn't cause you any damage, but now we're in the range of my weapon, and now you're at a disadvantage, right? And stuff like that. And even like because of this thing as well, that you have like, you can have like those situations when you're in a small room with a spear. Now I can move around, I can try to push you, I can try to drive you in some direction that make your weapon like very hard to use. So those kind of thing, right? Like now maybe I'm with the dagger, we're in a narrow corridor, and you're with the spear. I'm not only gonna move 2 steps toward you, I'm gonna move 2 steps toward you and 1 on the side. So now you cannot push me back because there's a wall behind me, right? So now you kind of you can really fight with your spear.
I look forward to testing that out. I think that's an interesting way of breaking down melee ranges. It's all melee, but it's actually 3. It's instead of just one broad category, there's 3 categories. I like that. That's
and also like one thing. Sorry, Phil?
So it's just attached to your weapon, the preferred range.
Yes, your weapon, and some weapon like are more versatile, so you can like some weapon can cover 2 range, stuff like that. And it was and also like one thing I was trying to do is like to have like reason to have different weapon. Right? Sometimes like maybe you fight with a spear, but you have a dagger on your side, right? Just like maybe, well done, I'm drawing a dagger. Now I fight with a dagger, right? Or you start grappling, brawling and stuff like that. So those are something that can happen as well. And I like those. And this is where thing can go a bit insane if I go on the other page with the maneuver. And I got a lot of those. They're all on the player aids. I screwed us. Just go down there. But there's one like this grab, which goes into grappling. And then one thing you can do when you're grappling somebody, you can skewer him, for example. So if you have a dagger, now you can cause him damage and ignore the armor. So that's again something like maybe there's a reason I want to fight with a dagger, not just get the biggest weapon, because somebody's like, that's the thing in medieval fight. Knights in heavy armor, very hard to kill. You either like hit them with a big hammer, or you go in, you grab them, you draw a dagger, and you hit them in the niche, right? In the hole in the armor. And now you can do that. That's part. You can say you score like 4 hits. All right. I shift 2 steps toward him. I grab him. I skewer him with my dagger, and now you can roll damage.
Oh, I see.
Unopposed by the armor roll. So sometimes it's worth, again, a choice that you can make. You can try to hit him like as hard as you can, and roll more damage dice by spending more hit on damage dice, or you can spend hits on doing something else, and then you're gonna roll less damage dice, but they're gonna be more useful, right? So there's an element of tactic like that, but even going into tactical stuff, something that it still remain you can still remain in the player eyes. You get what I mean? It's more like personal tactic than just like if you're seeing like from top down. That's what I'm aiming at least. I feel like I'm talking a lot now.
You are.
I am. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. It's okay.
I'm lecturing.
Rune wants to say something here about a sportscaster type narrate gameplay.
What? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
To ask something out of the left field, have you guys considering a sportcaster type narrate gameplay? Football player, for instance, don't narrate their own game for actual play.
And then it continues in the next one.
So like an old radio play, maybe the players say character lines in character, roll out of character, and a third-party narrator describe the die result. Would that be like the GM and player action? That goes back to like the GM describing what happened, right?
Yes.
Or we do third-party narrator. Each of our characters got a third-party narrator.
I think I'm trying to picture how that would be. What I'm picturing is that kind of Midwest accent, commenting on the baseball game. The live play-by-play. Yeah, I don't know if that's what you were going at, Rune, but I think that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of that play-by-play, the end of each round. The narrator comes in. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I don't think he means it as a joke.
No, I don't either.
You don't want like some guy. But I wouldn't want to do that.
I don't know like how how it would look like.
It would look like the GM narrating what happens after you roll the dice.
Yeah, exactly. We'd go back to like basically the GM narrating everything, or unless we do like that, each character got their own narrator, which would be like the player himself, right? So you just like instead of saying like basically instead of saying I, you go back in third person and say like, and then you say like, and then Polvinus like take his sword and and slam against the. I don't know.
Yeah, I prefer players stay in first person. But when they describe the failure of something, I still prefer first person if possible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll ask. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like going backwards.
Yeah. Like this. It wouldn't be like the style. Like that's not what I would aim for. Like for me, like what's I really want is like stay in the mindset of my character as much as possible, seeing the world through the eyes of my character. So I don't want to be pulled back all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about like a spear guy fighting? Sorry, Phil.
I don't really want a narrator describing what I'm doing.
Yeah. What about a spear guy fighting a short guy? Like I think I replied to that. Like,
yep, you covered that.
Spear guy,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Does the environment and yeah, exactly. And yeah, of course, like the longsword guy hitting the ceiling. Yeah, that's the GM can also that. Well, the thing's pretty low. Slash will have like a three success malus. There you go. A major impediment. If you wanna use not direct language. Oh, I need to put that in the player aids. Minor impediment, major impediment.
That's and it's still following that half order of magnitude thing. So yes. 1, 3, 10.
Yeah.
Should practice. Like Traveler has a lot of keywords to describe difficulty levels. I feel like we don't use those at all. Seems like it would be good.
Well, that's the thing. Like that's one thing. Like in Traveler, I find like there's too many.
You're thinking about average, difficult, very difficult.
They go by step of 1, right?
Whatever.
Well, isn't it 8 is average, 10 is like hard or something, right? And then it goes up from there. I thought it was 8, 10, something. Steps of 2. That's right. That's right. Shauner said it. So it's 8, 10, 12, but like, 14.
Then you have like challenging and difficult.
Yeah, I don't have it with me, but yeah, I think that's what it is. Easy is like 6. No, easy is 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or easy.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's 4.
I thought it might 3. Be 6. I thought it was 6 is easy. Yeah.
Simple and routine, I think, are the 2 under.
But that's the thing. Like sometimes I feel like when there's too many of those terms. Sometimes
the entire back of your player aid is terms.
Yes, but those are like those are things that are occasional use, not every role. And they're not things that are graduated, right? What I was about to say is like when there's a gradation between many terms, like sometimes you have like say, oh, okay, is challenging harder than hard? Like which like
right. That's fair.
You get into the. That's why like I think it's not necessarily a good system in that case, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of games do that, and then just like, well, I mean like is simple easier than easy?
Mm-hmm. So because of your was it half order of magnitudes, you have a lot less that you're dealing with.
Yeah. 1, 3, 10. Yeah. 1, 3, 10, 30, 100, 300.
Yeah, and realistically, you're not gonna use anything above 10, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And already 10 is like almost saying like, well, you can't do it unless you have like a lot of things like playing in your favor.
So, not to shift gears. I don't know if you guys want to keep talking about Bastard Sword, but keep kind of bandying about, Crispy, this idea of a supers game.
Yeah.
And I was wondering what system.
I'm open. Thinking? I don't know. I do not.
I don't know many systems. The only one I know is I guess Phaser, and then City or not City Heroes. What am I saying? Palladium.
Yeah. So I have Heroes Unlimited.
Here's a limit.
I don't have it yet, but I will shortly have the Savage Worlds Supers one. So
Do you like Savage Worlds?
I do, but it's hard to be in character all the time with Savage Worlds. Is the problem.
So it's got like the little
Has a
system interactions in the turns.
Yeah, it does. It's a lot. There's a lot of meta talk, and it's.
Do you want to expand on that? Like, that's interesting for me now with what we just talked, right?
Yeah.
What is an example of a turn?
Oh, look at that! I got the difficulty here for Traveler.
You do? Yeah. What is it?
Yeah. All right. Should I give you like a? I feel like I want to like.
You want?
Okay, I'm gonna give you like 3: easy, routine, and simple.
Easy, routine, simple.
Put that like I didn't give them in the right order. Put them in the right order.
Didn't. Yeah.
Routine, simple, easy.
Okay, so I'm going to say routine is 2. Simple is 2. Routine is 4. And easy is 6.
Well, you're both wrong.
Okay, dang it.
Simple is 2, easy is 4, routine is 6.
Okay.
So you see,
that's
the point I was making, right?
Yes.
And on the higher difficulty, difficult, very difficult. Okay, that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Formidable is a good term.
Yeah, I like that.
Because that we understand that this one is more than very difficult, and impossible. Then again, we understand it's more than formidable. But in the lower difficulty, it gets very blurry.
I don't know if I would call formidable harder than difficult.
Then very difficult already?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Then could even be discussed there then.
I think the idea is that for most things under 4, you're not usually rolling.
Why are you rolling? Stop rolling.
Well, unless when you start like getting injured and stuff like that, right? Just
I guess if you have like disadvantages.
Because I know like Rick, when he runs Traveler, he usually doesn't roll if it's under 6.
Yeah, if it's under
he just
6,
doesn't roll it.
Yeah, but that's my point nonetheless. Like at some point, like when you have like a lot of term and a lot of them like are kind of blurry, at that point I'm just like just tell me the fucking number.
Right.
Right. Just like
right.
And then also I don't have to make like because if you give me the term, what I'm gonna hear a term and I'm gonna do the mental exercise of converting into the number in my head, right?
Right.
That's what happened anyway. So is that
what I'd probably do? What I'd probably do in that game is just social contract or session 0 like I'm going to use 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just basically what Bastard Sword does.
Yes.
But yeah, I would like to do a superhero type game in our style of game, but I don't know what system to use. So I want to have something that we can role play. And it seems like I'm not sure. Could we do it with Heroes Unlimited? Maybe. I don't know. I have to experiment with it.
I was thinking about with the potential Rifts game we might be running. Taking a mix of Traveler and Palladium. And like you get the OCC and then using your brain, you got to use your brain a little bit. Translate every skill modifier into a Traveler style modifier. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So it's like you just those are your skills that you write down like you went through your life path, and then just give +1, +2, whatever.
So change it away from a percentile based system to a 2d6 system.
Traveler, yeah. And then you just have your little modifiers. And then you have to figure out what strike and dodge the equivalent of all that shit is.
Yeah, that'll be tricky because that's a totally different mechanic than the skill system.
If you had a strike +9 in Palladium, what do you think that is on a Traveler roll?
Well, in Palladium, depending on what you're doing, the hit is, I mean, ignoring armor for a second.
That'll be +7, no?
You've got a hit. You hit on a 8 or
+7
higher
to a 2d6 roll.
+6. Well, +9 on the 2020.
Yeah.
maybe +6.
Plus 6 on
Wow.
a 2d6.
No way.
Well, +9
No,
on
less than
D20.
that.
Way
Plus
too high.
plus 4 maybe.
Compared to a +9 on
Maybe.
D20?
It depends on what the target number is. That'll affect all of the probabilities.
Oh, be too
Okay.
high.
So it's 36 options, right, on 2d6.
Mhm.
And then if you have a +6, okay, hold on a second.
The
So
wheels are turning.
a +9 gives you 45% increase.
Yeah.
So in order to get, let's say it's a 8. So to have 50% chance against an 8, you're not adding +6 because you've made it 100%.
Mhm.
Right?
What? No.
If you had +6 to a 2d6 roll, your minimum roll is 8.
Right.
Yes, but like if you add +9 to a 1d20 roll, your minimum is 10.
Yeah.
Right?
So you
That's
adding half, right?
no, I'm adding less than half, but yeah.
Less than half, but
Close.
close enough. Like +6 would be less than half as well. +7 would be kind of the middle point, no?
Not really.
Not really.
No.
Okay, let's go see.
I'm not smart
It's
enough for
way
this
higher.
conversation. I'm sorry. I just want to play.
Let's
the
say your
game.
target is so 20. There's everything is 5% chance.
Mhm.
So basically, to kind of get the same, you have to get to 5% of 36 sides. So that's going to give you your 12, and then your 2 11s is 3. That's 1 in 12.
Okay, look at that. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Max is going to teach us.
Okay, good. Thank God.
He's got it. He's got it.
Thank God.
You see, the black line here is
Mhm.
the result for 1d20,
Mhm.
right? And that's like the from that or like that number or
Okay.
higher, so like a
Yeah.
1 or higher, right? So that's why it's like it's at least, right?
Okay.
The yellow line is if you do +9. And the blue line is the 2d6. That's 2d6 plus 6, the green line. So you see how they're shifted, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess actually adding 6 to the 2d6 shift the line less than the +9.
Okay.
Or about the same, a bit less, I guess. If I try with +7, be closer there. Probably even need to go +8. Fuck's sake. Yeah. That's crazy. Well, I guess it's always going to be like a... But
So
the shape
now
is the
let's
same.
look at what difficulties we're talking about. Your
Yeah.
minimum difficulty is...
Oh, yeah.
Did
Okay.
you reset it?
I reset it at +6.
Back
Yes.
to +6. Okay, so your minimum that you're going to get is an 8.
8. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
minimum you get on your 20 is 10.
Okay. What would be like an
That's a pretty big
average roll?
difference.
Like an average difficulty on a... What would be an average difficulty on a for like in the Palladium thing? What would be like average roll? Something that would be average.
Palladium?
In Palladium?
Well, the 1d20, which is from... What are you talking about?
In Palladium, when
guess-
you're rolling to hit,
10 or 11?
it's I believe it's an 8. You roll a d20 and anything that modified 8 or higher hits.
No, that's 5 or higher, I think.
Is it 5 or higher? Okay, maybe I'm
Five.
thinking.
You roll a
ranged
d20 and
attack.
5 hour, and you can add 9 to it.
You would never miss unless you roll a 1. I think the 1 is a special.
Almost nobody misses in Palladium.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just Palladium. Unless you're doing... It's all contested rolls.
Then what's the problem? If you add like a big +6 to the 2d6.
I don't think it's... What's the problem? Okay, so in Traveler,
Yeah.
what is a really high difficulty, I guess?
16.
Like 16 is a really high difficulty.
Yes, that's
Well,
that's
like
what they call impossible,
extremely
and
high.
14
yeah,
would be
formidable is 14.
Yeah, 14 is formidable, right?
Mhm.
So if you just do the
Alright.
2d6, you have no chance of
So
getting
on
it.
average, you're getting like formidable difficulties with the +6 or whatever you said.
No, you get you just miss it. You get 13 on average.
Yeah, so you're really close.
Really close, but like
Yeah.
41% of the time you're gonna get the formidable difficulty. But that's if you do a +9 that we convert into +6 in Traveler.
Mhm.
I assume that +9 was pretty high, right?
Mhm.
+9 in strike.
In strike or whatever.
+9
it
in
is.
palladium. +9 on 20. Right? That's what you're
Yeah,
saying.
+9 on 20. That seemed to me like a high because it's
It's
high.
good. It is good.
It's good. Yeah.
It's pretty good. For
So
sure.
what would be like in this 1d20 thing? What would be like a high difficulty? Would be like a 15 or a 18?
I don't play enough
17?
palladium.
Hmm?
I don't play enough palladium really to know.
Okay, look at that. Okay,
I haven't either. I
let's
want
look-
to.
let's look at 12, okay? Because that's like 12 would be 2.78%. That's like 20, right? That'd be the closest would be a 20,
Yep.
but 20 is 5%, so you still have more chance to roll 20.
Mhm.
Yep.
If you do the +9, your 20 become 50%.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
If you and then I said I was equivalent to the 12. Now the 12 becomes 72%. So I guess yes. I guess the +6 might be too high. Yeah. Might be +5 then.
Finally, you're not crazy anymore.
Yeah, 5 would put you at 58%. 441. Yeah, it's probably like +5 then. But it doesn't feel right.
Weird, right?
I don't design the games, folks. I just play them. I have no idea. I'll just tell you how it feels when we play it.
But when you start dealing with numbers that are greater than like 12, then it kind of
Yeah, but it's also
That
it's also
changes.
like also because like they're like the curve are so different, right? It's like
Mhm.
yeah. It is. Anyways,
I'd like to just play it rules as written at first, just to
you just want to
see,
play some Heroes Unlimited.
just to see how it is, and then afterwards you'd be like, yeah, okay, we won't be doing that again. We'll do something else, but just try it, just see what happens. Because we played Worlds Without Number, and there were some skeptics among us that thought, oh, this won't work. But then I kind of cheated, and we all started at level 5. So
Yeah. That's a big problem with palladium too, because you're pretty trash at the beginning. I think.
some of your skills, yeah, can be.
I hate the skills.
Well, the starting skill amounts.
Because you're like terrible at everything.
really.
It depends. I mean, it depends a little bit on the system, but yeah, I mean, some of your skills are going to be a 40% or something like that.
Yeah.
Which means you had to roll 40% or lower to succeed.
You're like, I'm a brain surgeon. What's my brain surgery? 55. Like, oh.
So
That seems about right.
yeah, that's probably. Oh, that's right.
How do you think? How often
You got to think about like modifiers and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like you
gotta
get a good nurse with you, and then you take your time, and you can you have bonus.
I'm not drunk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
don't you have like, stuff like that?
Maybe that's the secret to Palladium. You have to really lean into the modifiers.
Oh, maybe
on the skills.
Mm-hmm.
You're under pressure. But imagine if you're trying to do brain surgery with negative modifiers. That'd be hard.
Well, they're never even by themselves. They have all these people assisting. There's all these support roles going on all the time.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're a nurse. Do your thing.
Yeah.
I need my
No, but don't you have?
I
also
really
a
need
thing
to play a
like,
surgeon so I can understand.
You just need to do this.
Don't you have a thing that you if you take your time, you get bonus and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Then if you rush, you get malus, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, well, let's just play Palladium then.
I don't know if it'll work or not, but I'd like to try it.
You sound like
I
one
know
of those
nothing about it, to
people
be honest. I know
talking
very little
about
about
worlds
Palladium.
without number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sound like one of those worlds without number haters.
I think we should do a 5e game at some point too.
I think we should.
Just
Let's try
to
it.
Just so I can stay in character while I use cunning action.
Yes.
yeah, exactly. I use my I'm acting cunningly.
I'm gonna be really cunning with my action and dash.
Well, we'll
across the
definitely have
floor.
we'll have characters that have motivations. So
Yeah.
Let's see. Can we do it?
Yeah, exactly.
I
Like
don't know.
5e
Oh.
brain surgeon, getting help action, guidance, bardic inspiration.
There you go.
Exactly.
Easy. I watched that
What's the
Black
name?
Lodge Games stream about the Ginny D video.
I haven't got there yet.
Yes.
How was it?
And she mentioned something in there that rang true for our
Mhm.
group,
Mhm.
where she said, "This is why people love to play occasionally the evil campaign,
Yes.
because
I
then
noticed
they
that as
get
well.
to then they get to use their own motivations to drive the plot." And I was like, maybe that's why we always play bad guys. Or we don't play superheroes. We don't play heroes often.
I
So
thought
you
you
like
were
to
heroes
drive.
in my games. Well, I guess not the Mafia game, but
Yeah, I think we outgrew it, but I'm just saying, I think that's why we started out.
Mhm.
But
It's like bad guys.
it's also like sometimes we play like a little more like those. We're playing people that have motivation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We're the hero in real life, right? We're the people do stuff for their own fucking sake.
we tend to play characters that are flawed in some way.
Yeah.
And
But people are flawed
people are
in
flawed.
some way.
It's tough to change into that flawed character, right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
But like, what game did we do? Okay, the boarding party were definitely bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
The
Fear City.
the Rising Sun were a kind of good guy, but were we still, we're doing something good, but we had our own motivation, right? Our own reason to do it.
Yeah. Fear City were bad guys, but we had a pretty clear
Especially you.
job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me? What do you mean?
Tino was bad guy.
Tina's so good. I want him to do lots more blow and
Like I was
Yeah,
the better guy in the.
Yes, you were.
you were the contract.
And then in the game that we played,
Contract killer.
the like no holds barred 4D game, where Shauner was with us, Max's character was the good guy.
Yeah.
Even though I did a coup and a takeover at the end.
You did at the end, but you're still a good guy. I mean,
I
you still had to take
wanted to be a good guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
I
thing too.
wasn't.
Like I'm sure like your character was good in his view, right?
He was.
Why am I like in the so low resolution now?
I don't
And
know.
this camera, like I keep fucking getting like blurry and I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's also the thing. Like good or evil, according to who, right?
Mm-hmm.
God.
The reason I like the Mafia game, even though you were bad guys,
Yeah.
is that they still had morals. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Like the Mafia wasn't going to be okay with you just shooting up a school or killing a bunch of cops or things like that. Like there were still some.
Escape from Hell.
I like limitations. I
Escape
think
from Hell were
limitations
not
make
all
for
bad
better
guys.
games. Yeah.
Pretty much all bad guys.
Rick's character was not a bad guy.
No, Rick was a good guy.
It wasn't
I don't-
Escape from Hell. It was why
I was a bad guy.
you were a bad, but not the worst either.
Nope.
Yeah.
Just a simpleton.
I don't really feel like Tino is a moral character. I think that
No.
he is forced to follow the rules
Yeah.
Yes.
because he doesn't want to die.
Rick was a politician, obvious bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Z, you're right.
Yeah.
That's true.
But you had that. But no, that's the thing. That's why he's been like sent to the prison, because he was a politician
He was a political
that
prisoner.
didn't play like that didn't play the game. No, from what I understood, he had this nobility about him, and that's why they got rid of him. No, from what I understood, I don't know like the Rick's secret or whatever.
You
Right?
might have just been buying the Rick sauce
Maybe.
propaganda that Rick was throwing out.
All you were good guys in Rising Sands, all of you.
Yeah. The what else we did? Then the Wendy's game were a good guy.
You were good guys in Wendy's. Yeah,
Perfect game.
the perfect
There you
game.
Crispy was kind of a psycho in that game.
I was a little bit. I was the old guy with
Kept trying to, like,
spoons to
He kept
kids.
putting his spoons too close to people.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
how I
that's
envision
a
him.
bit
He was like
inappropriate.
really close.
I don't know what's
with
happening
his
with my camera.
spoons. It just doesn't work anymore. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. You're missing out, guys.
Listen out.
too much blackness in the black background and black t-shirt.
Pop the shirt off.
Yeah, then it's gonna be too much white.
Then you're overexposed. That would be my
Overexposed.
problem. Oh man, blindness.
I'm excited to play this Rifts game.
Yeah.
Do you think that Traveler idea is a good idea though?
It's
Shift
almost
it
like just
over.
taking the setting and then running it in Traveler, right? It's basically what it
Yeah,
would
but I
be.
don't
I
want
think I
to.
should do the. Shouldn't you?
I don't
think
want
you
to do
should
a life path.
Yeah.
I just want to generate the OCC.
No, I think you should play like the system.
I would say to start off,
Just make everyone level 5. That's the secret.
just start. Yeah, maybe. But that you just start with play it raw. Just rules as written and see how it goes.
Going in raw.
Yeah.
I think you do level 3.
Like
Level 3 is not a bad start. You can do
This
that.
little-
We're not quite so new on the job.
I have a dream of one day playing a dog boy.
You want to be a dog boy?
Rifts.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to play a dog boy.
Those are elevated dogs, right?
Yeah, it's an
They're
elevated dog.
mutants.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's
They're
goes back to what we were talking earlier.
That's not why I mentioned it. So we don't have to.
So we don't have to go back to the conversation.
We don't have to go back. We don't have to circle back.
I'm sick of it, right? What do you want to talk about, Phil?
This Rifts game where I'm a dog boy. I wanna do the there's another class called Mind Melter.
Yep.
You know those?
Yep.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's the Psy Stalker. So it'd be kind of cool to like be a squad of those guys.
Mhm.
The Psy Stalker with the dogs.
Yeah. That's how they usually squad up. Yeah.
That's the game I want to play. I'm excited. But I'll never play it.
Why not?
I don't know.
Well, you
It's
should.
cursed.
Yeah, it seems those. I have noticed that about Palladium. Palladium games seem to fall through on a faster rate than other games that I've been in.
Yeah, like right now, I haven't moved forward on my Palladium game. I told you I was going to start.
Yeah, I've had 3 fail so far. I was like, oh,
I got to be the guy.
yeah.
I'm
Got to be
still.
the change.
I'm done. I'm done trying.
You did try.
Oh, let's do a Palladium game. Like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Whatever you say.
I'll,
buddy.
I'll get to it.
Yeah, it just
Yeah,
they
I'll
always seem to fall
play.
through
I'm not gonna invest to it, like invest in it until like
Yeah. Until
until it
you're-
actually happens. I know
Yeah.
it's kind of frustrating. So I
All right,
really want to play
guys.
it, but
Level
just-
3. Well, that's what we'll do. We'll do a
We can do
level
that.
3 Palladium game
Mhm.
in the burbs.
the Chi-Town Burbs,
The burbs.
the Psy Stalkers, and
No, 'cause I'm
Dog
GMing it.
boys.
I'm not letting you guys play that game. That's my game. That I'm gonna be.
that's your game. Okay.
I'm gonna be a dog boy.
You're gonna be the dog boy.
I'm probably gonna have to play an NPC dog boy in my
Well,
game.
of course you would. Yeah.
So that's how I get to play my characters.
It's your NPCs.
I make them NPCs,
Oh, you do a good job with your NPCs. It's good.
or I make them into pre-mades and hand them to my players. Like, here, this is what you're playing. You
Mhm.
better not fuck it up. What's the next game you're going to run, Crispy?
That's a great question, and I'm not sure. I was thinking about that the other day.
But
I need to get running a game again, and I thought, here's a crazy idea I had. I'm like, why don't we go back to Fear City? Because I feel like I want to do some more
Thank
games in Fear
God.
City.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like I like those characters, or we could have new ones. I'm cool with that.
I think Tino has to die in the next one.
Probably. I mean, the next one could be that Tino
killed
is the
by,
problem, and
Tino is a
it's a
big
hit on
problem.
Tino.
Oh, it's like the Father Sisman Tino edition.
Exactly.
Tino, like if Tino dies, he's gonna get killed by Rolando.
Maybe. Or maybe if Rolando dies, he'll get killed by Tino.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It might be fun to do a recon game, like you're in the Southeast Asia jungle and your platoon is cut off from everybody. And
I was still at Fear City. I was like,
resupply
what's Tino doing in fucking the jungle? He's just gonna be like, it's fucking hot.
And Tino's been drafted. He's yeah.
Oh, everyone got drafted.
Oh, everyone got drafted.
Everyone gets drafted, and you're in Southeast Asia.
Everyone got drafted. Oh, and we all together sent to Southeast Asia for some wacky adventure.
You know what? Z, I have. We could do Shadowrun, although I'm such an idiot. I used to have Shadowrun 2nd edition, and I don't have it anymore.
I would
One
do
of
like
the many
Cyberpunk
moves
before like Shadowrun any day, right?
Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Shadowrun with like the shaman, the orc.
It's pretty gonzo. I don't know, Max. Shadowrun's a pretty gonzo
Which
setting.
one's more gonzo, Shadowrun or Rifts?
Oh, Rift.
Okay.
And it's not close. Yeah. But
or maybe there's a challenge I have.
We could do a Shadowrun game. Yeah, we could do a Shadowrun game. I'd have to
do
on it, but
I wanna do like a Western game, and I want to try the Cowpuncher system.
That's right. We were gonna do Cowpunchers,
but I know nothing about fucking Western. I can't fucking. I don't. It's not the genre I like.
I was gonna do. I wanted to do a dungeon crawl, an actual dungeon crawl, but with the Easy D6 system.
Oh yeah, true. You talk about that. Yeah, Easy D6. You want to try?
Yeah, I wanted to try that. And then somebody said we should play some basic role playing, some BRP.
Nah.
No, you're not a fan?
BRP? Well, because I'm a fan of Pendragon, right? And,
okay.
And Pendragon is loosely based on BRP.
BRP, okay.
But like they fixed a lot of issue that I see with BRP, right? Just like that. Like I feel like, and like Call of Cthulhu is based on BRP. Also fix a lot of issue that BRP has, right? BRP is kind of like a toolkit to create a system.
We should do Call of Cthulhu. I've never played.
We should do Call of Cthulhu. A Torchbearer game. I have Torchbearer, and that's also one I would be like very interested in trying in running.
Phil, would you play Shadowrun game?
Yes.
If I ran a Shadowrun game, would you do it?
Yeah. I don't care what we're playing. I'll play it.
All right.
Same.
I think Shadowrun, the one thing about Shadowrun I think would be good for us is that Shadowrun, just by its very nature, it feels like it's a one-shot. You got a job, you get somebody hires you, we need to go steal this from that mega corp over there.
They call the jobs shadow runs, right?
Yeah, you're just on a run. Yeah.
I'm on a shadow run.
Because you're one of the sinless, right? You have no ID.
Oh.
You're off grid. You're off the...
Oh, okay.
That's why you can do this.
I'm a shadow runner.
Yeah, you're a runner.
What's gonna be? A street samurai?
I really like. I do want to be a street samurai elf.
Oh,
an elf street samurai. There you go.
Because
not a troll.
I played the video game. There was a video game that was kind of like a battle. I don't want to call it a battle royale. I think it might have been. I don't know, but it was like it was on some platform, not PC, and you could play this badass like elf with katanas running around, teleporting and shit. Can I do that?
Why not? I have to look at it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I just want to be the one. I want to be the decker.
Oh, the Decker. I
Oh,
forgot
that's
about
me.
the Decker.
Oh,
You're
you're
the
gonna be the
samurai
Decker?
or the
Be the
Decker?
troll Decker.
Yeah, I want to be the troll Decker.
And then you
Play
just
against
go
the-
off on your own mini game.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the problem with it.
I take
It's a
forever.
crazy mini game that takes forever. I don't know.
And we're just all.
I'm
That's
getting
the gold
cold feet
part.
already on this.
What?
What's the one that has all the drones?
Oh,
Do they have a name like Decker?
yeah. It's not the Decker. It's the. I can't remember.
Rigger.
Yeah,
So-
it's the Rigger.
Yeah.
That's what I used to be, a rigger.
Yeah.
Rigger.
Did you
That's
work
right.
the oil fields?
No, in the video game industry, I
Oh,
was a rigger.
Does that mean that? What does
But
that mean?
for you, it's rigger.
It's not a hard R.
You
Not
cannot
a
use
hard
the-
R,
no. that was our joke. Like, hey,
That's our
Hey,
our
there
word.
it is.
You
Our
can't
word.
say that's,
You
yeah,
can use
that's our
Rigger.
word.
And then there's the mage. That's the other.
I don't know why, but the rigger, like, you know, like I have an odd personality. You can imagine, oh, I'm at work, right? Just like I'm,
Mhm.
but like all the rigger got this reputation of being hard to work with. But so
The talent.
Mhm.
I think it's because we're like in between everybody.
Yeah.
We're in between the coder and the artist, and in between the modeler and the animator, and in between.
Oh,
So like
okay.
we deal with everybody, and everybody asks us shit. So we have to juggle all that. So at some point we have to learn to say no.
You have to learn how to say, "Don't ask that question
Yeah.
That's stupid.
ever again."
Go back to fucking doing the modeling.
Yeah.
Learn to fucking do it properly.
So everyone hates you.
That's good.
Let's see. I'm looking at the others. Archetypes. There we go.
Street
Yeah,
samurais are cool.
You can be an adept, combat mage, covert ops specialist, a decker,
Oh, you got it right.
face,
Yeah.
rigger, street samurai, street shaman, technomancer, a weapon specialist. Those are your options.
I wouldn't mind being a rigger. Actually, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, the rigger's kind of neat.
Yeah, just a bunch of drones.
Yeah.
What else have we not done? Because we didn't do like a Gonzo kind of thing, right? We always
Call
like
it a Cthulhu game. What time frame would you want to do that one in?
Do you mean you do it in something other than like 1920, 1930? Like I thought most of it's like in
I think it's inappropriate
interwar
to do it
period.
at another time. Yeah,
You should do it at a different time, you think?
no, I'm saying it would be inappropriate.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I do have like Dark
Do it
Age Tulu,
Dark Age Cthulhu.
which I don't like. Well, I don't like for like reasons that are not linked to the. I don't like because of the other like use BCE instead of like
Oh, before current era instead of BCE
yeah,
and
instead of like
AD?
before
Yeah.
Christ and
Yeah.
and CE instead of AD.
I
Right?
know, I hate that too.
Yeah,
I
it pissed me off.
I don't like that either. I like the way it was before. Thanks.
Yeah.
Be like, what year is it? They're like 100 BCE, and you be like, you mean Christ hasn't been born?
Exactly. Like no, it's like it's current era. Like, oh yeah, okay, what's the difference to the current era from the before current era?
Oh,
The
yeah.
birth of Christ. You know, they just fucking say that before Christ and after and
I
the
agree with you,
Dominion.
Max. I agree with you.
Another Dominion.
Oh, you mean back before the Lamb of God came and took all our sins away?
There you
Gotcha.
go.
Exactly.
I
Like,
remember
it's just like
those.
it's just
I remember
silly.
those.
It's like,
days.
you know, if you were to like change the year 0 to something else, and then like
Yeah.
you know, like it'd be like fucking annoying. But
Mm.
but now you're just like changing the name just because like
Yeah.
for no fucking good reason. Just like stop being a
Oh,
fucking
there's
faggot.
a reason.
There's a reason.
There's a
It's
reason.
not a good one.
It's and yeah, it's anti-Christ.
Yeah.
All right. So we've talked about a lot. We got to make some decisions here.
Okay.
feel
So
the
Call
need
of
to
Cthulhu
decide.
is in. Wait. What are we deciding?
First decision, is Rick still in since it didn't show up? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's right. Rick, you're out. No, Rick is still.
Are we voting Rick out since it didn't show up tonight?
Poor Rick. He's probably
Is that-
busy.
Voting Rick.
Is this some sort of board meeting?
That's right.
It's an intervention.
It's a board meeting, and you have to attend a certain number, or you're kicked. Like it's
Okay.
there is a requirement.
I have a confession to make.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
I'm glad that we had this meeting. I get to do it. I like fun.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
Of course you do.
I do too.
Don't
all
say
right.
it
We all
like that,
do.
Crispy. Don't say, of course you do like
It's
that.
not-
All sarcastically.
It's not about
I'm
being
not
against
being
fun. It's like it's the quality of fun, right? It's the
Yeah.
texture of the fun. You know,
Exactly.
There's different. Like not all fun is equal, right?
What
Just
if
like,
I just want shitty fun?
eat a
We will
sneaker,
cure you of that.
Okay.
There you go.
You know,
I guess.
I like 90% dark chocolate.
Yeah.
That's
Some
wrong.
people want to eat Reese's Pieces, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
For,
I don't.
for
I
you,
try
like
to avoid all
Reese's
of that. Actually,
Pieces eating
I just
eater
want
out
beef.
there.
Just
What?
give me beef. I don't care about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I just want
Oh, yeah.
beef.
Just beef.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Someone
right.
get this man.
I'm the
some
guy
beef.
that I eat about a pound of beef a day. So
It's like minimum for me.
Put 6
Love
eggs
beef.
on it.
And
with
eggs.
6 eggs on it.
Oh yeah, I'll
And
do
sausage.
eggs on beef. Yeah, sure.
That's my
Absolutely.
go-to lazy meal. It's like
I love it.
brown a pound of ground beef and then crack 6 eggs over it.
Right.
Well, you just crack the eggs right on top. I'll do mine like.
Yeah, and just scramble it in with the.
Oh yeah, I don't scramble them. What I'll
Be
do
honest,
is
I don't mix the eggs with the beef.
Oh, that's interesting. So you have like a nice little runny.
Yeah, no. So I'll do the brown, like a bed of ground beef, maybe a pound and a half, probably a pound, and then on top of that, maybe 3 or 4 eggs, but just done like eggs fried in butter, but with the runny yolk still.
Yeah,
And then you put that on top.
That's something I like,
That
right?
sounds
And then
good.
you dollop like if you want it a little more, you can put it like the fattiest sour cream you can find, and just do like a
Sour
dollop
cream's
of
good
that
on
on
it.
top with a
I
little
do
bit of
like- I
hot
do like
sauce.
I often
so
do like
good.
scrambled eggs, but like kind of runny.
Yeah. The
That's
problem
what
with
I do
scrambled
like.
eggs is that most people they overcook it. And
They
it's like,
overcook
what
them,
am
yeah,
I eating
exactly.
this?
But
It's nasty.
I don't like mixing the eggs with the beef. But with
No,
the
I
beef,
don't cook it.
like,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
cook it at
usually
the
put
same
like an
time,
onion
no.
with it, which
Yeah.
I know like some people think onions are wrong, but you can
Yeah,
have
they
some.
are. Yeah, that's okay.
You can have some.
Onions
And-
are wrong, Crispy?
I don't like onions. I had
Oh, you don't
bad
like
experience with onions.
No, people like they have a lot of sugar. They have a lot of carbs.
Yeah,
There's that, right?
I don't go
And
for them.
I love onions. I cannot eat too much because like I don't digest them that well. But sometimes
No one
like,
digests onions well, and
No.
if they say they do, they lying.
Yeah.
They're
I love onions and I digest them well.
oh, you
Yeah.
liar.
Well, try to eat 2 big onions.
Yeah, they
You won't
should.
get it.
That's right.
You'll see. You're gonna get
I
a fucking
will.
run.
We'll check
I'm
with your
going
wife.
to.
I'm sure that she'll say,
Going
"Yeah,
to.
I can tell when he eats onions.
Like
it's awful."
apple.
Yeah,
But,
you're one of those guys eating it raw. Oh
Yeah.
man,
I like
I'm
onions and I
not.
like Brussels sprout. So my lazy meal is gonna be like I'm gonna do like I'm gonna put an onion in the pan, and then some ground beef and some Brussels sprout, just all together in the pan.
When you say I put an onion in the pan, what does
in the
that mean?
skillet.
Like you chop a whole onion?
I chop an onion. Yeah, chop a whole onion.
oh no,
I fry it in the skillet. Then I add like some beef.
What's that called when you gloss?
I add some
is it
Brussels
called
sprout.
glossing?
What?
When you make the onions kind of translucent.
Clarifying. No, not clarifying.
Caramelize it.
Caramelize. Yeah,
That's
caramelize.
too much.
That's
Not-
too
not-
much.
Not caramelize. That's not.
Oh, it's something else. It's just
Something else
Never
was
mind.
before. No, I like to caramelize it. Caramelized onion are great, but yeah, it's a bit sweet.
raw onion.
Raw onions are good too in a sandwich.
But I'll chop them up. I want them white still.
yeah.
Red onion or yellow onion. I love red onion.
White onion.
What, black onion?
Oh, guys.
They might be not good anymore.
So what are we gonna? What are we gonna?
Oh wait, Crispy,
What
I
are
had a
we
quick
doing
question about beef for you.
Oh yeah,
Can we-
sorry.
Can
Go
you field one more question?
I can.
So you seem like a guy who likes a nice fat content in their ground beef.
Oh yeah.
Perhaps a 85-15 minimum.
Minimum.
Yeah. So
Mm.
when I'm browning my beef,
Yeah.
get a lot of juice.
Yeah.
There's a
Just
lot of
reduce
juice
it.
in there.
Just reduce it.
But I feel like when I reduce it, like my beef cooks too hard.
turn the temperature down.
Why you want to reduce the no? You let
You don't reduce it all. You know, no,
No.
you
No, you let it there.
I
Add
never
some
drain
wine.
ground beef. I never drain ground beef.
No.
Never, ever.
Add some wine, red wine.
Add some red wine to the ground beef.
You could do
And
that.
that'll
I just
mix in with the grease.
I just let it
Yes.
reduce for a little bit at lower heat, so it's not overcooking, and then it's
Well,
it's not too wet, but I want it to
wait,
have some in there.
wait.
Take it easy, everybody.
Reduce the heat so it doesn't overcook.
Yeah, you don't. So this is ground beef, right? We're not talking
Oh, ground
about
beef. Okay,
searing.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
We're not talking about like actual
Okay.
nice
If
cut.
you're talking about
beef.
ground beef is the
We're
main,
talking about ground beef.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I
I
still
missed that
adding
part.
red wine to it, Max? I don't
Yeah, you
know.
can if you want.
Yes, you add
I
red wine
don't,
to it. It liberates the it won't stick to the pan as much, and it liberates like it mixed with the fat and stuff like that. It's delicious.
Mhm.
There's a bit of red wine, just a
Okay.
little dash,
Little
red
tablespoon in there. Throw a little tablespoon.
a little more than a tablespoon,
Little cup in there.
Yeah, cup.
a little less than a cup, right?
Something
Something in between, right?
in
You just
between.
just a dash, right?
A
Just
dash.
red wine. But I cook a lot with wine. That's just
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I got it.
the French thing.
it's a French thing.
That's why he wants to liberate the
Yeah.
beef.
Exactly. It's
Libertal.
you can always add a dash of red wine and a nut of butter.
Yeah, always. I agree with the butter thing. I put butter in everything.
What did you say? A what of butter?
A dash, a nut of butter.
A nut of
A
butter.
nut of butter. Yeah.
I don't think that's correct.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not a. I don't know. That's an English expression.
I've replaced my butter with
A nut of
bacon
butter?
grease.
Like the size. What do you say? Like the size of a nut of butter.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think in
Call that a tablespoon
Yeah.
or 2 tablespoons.
Yeah. Do not buy nut butter. Yeah, exactly. Like look how much you nut, and add that quantity of butter.
I'll.
I need to add
The
more
bigger
butter.
the nut, the more butter you can add.
I love butter. Oh, I'll eat
Yep.
butter just straight.
I started. I add. See, that was the issue, right? Because I have like all the grease from the 85-15,
Yep. Yum.
and then I'm throwing bacon grease on it,
Oh, nice.
and I got like a pool of grease now.
Yeah.
My ground beef. And I'm like,
Got a lot there.
this is gonna eat weird.
Yeah, that sounds a little weird.
Another bit like bacon grease is a bit salty for my taste.
Yeah, I don't use it very much.
Yeah, I don't use that much, but I'm not also like I'm
I use
more
it-
like
I
a
use it
sausage guy than
instead
a
of
bacon
butter.
guy.
I use it instead of butter because it's just
Oh.
always there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
use
that is the
butter.
thing. I don't cook much bacon at all. Like because I'm more like a sausage guy than a bacon guy.
Oh, I'll eat bacon.
I
love bacon.
love bacon.
Of
But
course
if I
you
have the choice, usually I'm more sausage.
Mm.
I love sausage. Big
Mhm. Sausage and nut butter. That's Max's. go-to.
exactly.
What if I cut myself into?
So
If you're going to dinner at Max's place, expect some sausage and nut butter.
yeah,
Some boudin noir.
boudin noir. No, I don't eat the blood.
I've had it. It took a little to get it down. I was like, it's just because I knew what it was. Everyone
Yeah.
else was like, oh, this is really good.
I like the
I'm
old
"Mm."
cheese.
Have you guys ever had like bone marrow?
Yeah, I've had it.
No, I don't know.
I hear it's like super buttery.
It is.
Oh, really?
So can you use it
yeah.
and replace oil with it? Like
You can, yeah.
Okay.
Marrow.
Never had it.
It's a different. For me, it's very buttery. I didn't mind the taste so much, but I don't like the texture.
okay,
It's a little too slimy for me.
Yeah,
But
I'm
gotta
big on
bake it.
texture. Is important for me.
texture is really important for me. Like I can't
Yeah,
I can't handle raw dough stuff. Like texture is
really?
bad, too
who's
slimy.
eating raw dough?
Well, you shouldn't because
psychopaths are eating raw dough.
Yeah. You shouldn't eat raw dough anyway because of
Okay,
there's a bacteria in the in flour.
I just don't. The texture is wrong. Like I'm not. So yes, I have had marrow, and the taste is okay, but the texture is.
It looks like it's got like
me.
delicacy vibes.
Yeah,
Seems
I
like
mean, it looked a little
like
too
it's
much
kind
like
of shit.
it looked exactly like
But people
mucus.
say
An
they
acquired taste.
yeah,
Yeah.
acquired taste.
Yeah. Like if you force yourself to eat it enough, you're gonna kind of get to like
I
it, and then you
I
can
feel
look
that way
like
about
different things.
oysters. Like people that are like, "Oh, I love oysters."
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
don't. I don't eat sea. I don't
come
eat
on.
shellfish
You don't. You only love it because you
because
forced
I'm Jewish.
yourself to say that you love it. No one, that slimy, gross.
I don't hate oysters, but I'm not a huge like. I don't understand how anyone would love them.
I'm like, oh yeah, oysters. I'm like, oh brother.
Hey,
Just
I
get the
caught this
little.
up this morning.
Yeah,
That's what it
exactly.
feels like.
Any fucking shellfish or fish, I don't eat.
I don't mind mussels. I'll eat mussels, but
I used to not like shrimp, but I heard there's a shitload of protein in them, so now I like shrimp.
Okay.
I don't mind shrimp. I just find them more difficult to cook because I hate overdone shrimp.
But I used to think of all
hate it.
shellfish as like bugs.
Yes,
and
they
it's,
are.
like, grossed me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love a nice cooked salmon is good. Really, really good. But that's another one. It's tricky to cook salmon well. It's
I love
easy to
crawfish,
overdo
yeah.
it. Yeah.
They
That's
eat the
something I
shit
want
out of
to.
crawfish, yeah.
I want to learn to like fish at some point,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love fish.
but I'm a ichthyophobe.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
Phobia of fish.
Well, that explains it.
And you live by the ocean. I mean, what do you think? What are you thinking?
Why don't
man?
you eat them?
you-
and make,
I used to.
then
It
you're
used
their
to be much
master.
worse. I'm better now, right? I'm better now, but I used to not be able to swim in free water
Yeah.
because I was scared of fish. That
Ooh,
like
yeah.
the idea that a fish could touch me would fucking like freak me out, right?
Yeah.
Now I fucking
Yeah,
love
that
swimming in
freaks
the
me out
sea.
too.
I go there as much as I can, right? I
Yeah.
went there again, like not today, but yesterday. I went to swim in this to walk in. Well, not swim, but like I walk in the sea up to the waist, right? Just like
Oh wow, good for you.
Yeah, I got like one of my toes got like massacred by a crab once when I was like a
me too.
child.
Me too.
Really? That sounds
Fucked
awful.
me up for a long time.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. Like fish, they're just weird, right? They're just like they live in a different world than us, and just like I don't want to. Just like I don't know. I don't like.
They are weird. I agree.
They're weird. They're a weird fucking creature.
But I want
They
to
don't
eat
be
it.
there.
I
They're
look
just
at fish and I say, but I have a cow. So
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
Me too. Why?
if
Yeah.
cows
Your-
exist, I don't
Your
need your
omega
fish.
3s or whatever. Right?
Yeah, I guess.
Your brain oils.
Yeah, but I know just you get the mercuries too. I don't know. I don't fucking care
That's
about that to be
fine.
honest. But I just like I don't know. I look at a fish and it look gross and they're weird. So I don't want anything to do with it. But
At
I
least
feel
you
that
thought
about eating a lobster. Like when you're trying to
Yeah, those are weird.
shuck a
Now you're
lobster, I'm
getting
like,
into
this thing
weird.
is a spider. Why am I eating
Yeah.
this?
yeah.
Ugh.
I think that
The taste is really good, and then
I
you
really
dunk
do
it in
like
the butter.
I really do like a good crab cake.
See, I like that because it's already out of the shell.
It's already
Like,
chopped up. I don't have to
yeah,
go look at the
that's
shell.
kind of nice.
Well, what if you do you ever eat them out of the shell, like baked crab?
Yeah, I've had that. Yeah.
And you're like, what the?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Why is it here? Put
Why
it
do you
on a
put yourself
cracker.
through that? Right? Just
Put it on a fucking cracker.
You're breaking the legs and
Yeah.
drawing the meat out, and the whole time I'm like, oh no.
So ordeal, right?
You look
This is-
across the table, and someone's like, you're
like I'm eating this. I look across.
Mhm.
There's somebody that's got a beautiful piece of prime rib, and I'm like,
yeah.
what am I doing?
And he's just like,
Yeah,
There's
he's
a
cutting
piece.
it like a human, and here I
Yeah.
am
You're like,
ripping shells off of something that pretty sure God intended that to stay on the bottom of the ocean. Like why
Mhm.
are we? There's a cow right there. Like I'm
Yeah.
eat the cow there.
Like and like, you know,
It's not
cow,
complicated.
pig, goat, mutton, right?
Yeah,
Just like
sure.
you got plenty of choice, right? Just you're right there.
Great.
They're
If you're-
they're there on the land
In times of
for you to enjoy. And then
great
you gotta
hardship,
fucking-
you can eat a
fucking
chicken
shit.
if you have to, but I
Yeah.
mean the eggs are better anyway. So
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree with that as well. I like
I'd rather eat an egg than a chicken, honestly.
I like chicken. I like chicken.
I
but, you know-
I shouldn't say that. I like chicken. I just hate chicken breast. So yeah.
I used to be like
I like
all
everything.
about the chicken breast,
on the
and that changed over time. Because
I
like
feel
I
like
like
if
you know
you
I
if you
eat
like
like
chicken
whole
breast, what you
chicken,
really
right?
like is you like the sauce that you put on it.
Oh, for sure.
Or for
'Cause I'd
sandwich.
prefer-
Also, extremely
If you do like a
easy.
sandwich, chicken breast is alright, but
I guess, but
yeah.
Just slice it
I'd
up.
rather have dark meat or
But
the
I always eat the
shoulders
old
or
chicken anyway, so you know what I'm saying.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a roast chicken.
A
And
roast chicken,
when I
sure.
get a roasted chicken, I'm not sad about the breast.
Well, that one's okay because usually
I'll
the
get the
breast
whole
isn't
breast and I'm just-
dried out,
I'm
right?
Yeah.
dipping it in like Frank's or something.
Yeah. That's all right.
Ah, that's too sweet, Frank's. No. Oh no, Frank's. No, I'm thinking about
sauce.
something else. Sorry, I was thinking French, like the
French's.
But if I'm gonna have chicken, like it's
Dressing.
got to be
Yeah, jeez.
thighs or well, wings are okay, I guess.
okay.
Drumsticks are okay. I like drumsticks, but the breast, no.
Yeah.
Crybabies.
Well,
Hey.
it's just because I mean, you have chicken breast most of the time, unless it's rotisserie. You really just like the sauce. Like, so why don't you just make the sauce? That's what you want. The
Yeah.
chicken's just filler.
What's protein?
Protein, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you want the
protein.
protein, then
You know
just eat the eggs.
You know what chicken's really good at? Is absorbing salt.
Yes. Oh, that's the
Oh,
thing.
really?
If you wanted a chicken breast, you need to
Yeah.
fucking put a shit ton of salt on it.
Well, I put salt on everything.
I don't-
One of
ton of
the
salt on
I
everything.
started getting into anchovy pizza.
Oh, really?
I used to think that was like the grossest thing ever, and then I had one, and I'm like, oh, this is why they
chicken
like
on
it.
it. Put some chicken on it, and it's like it's incredible.
I was surprised. I thought it would be disgusting, and I ate it, and it was, man, it's actually not bad.
Chicken is a gym staple because like chicken breast, like a lot of like bodylifters eat that because of the ratio of protein to fat, right?
Yeah.
But
I'll
like
have a ribeye. Thanks.
the powerlifter, they don't enjoy what they eat.
Yeah,
And
they eat
it's a fucking
for
miserable life. You fucking eat like
that's
6
right.
meals a day. It's always like fucking like chicken with broccoli, chicken
Yeah.
breast with broccoli.
Oh, broccoli.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
miserable
man.
fucking life.
yeah.
But
Are you guys trying to have a meeting? Oh, I'm sorry.
meeting?
Go ahead.
no, like I would say like yeah, like because you were saying like chicken is good to absorb salt, and I was
Yeah.
about to say about that, like I don't eat chicken often, but sometimes I'm gonna go get a rotisserie chicken, and usually because I don't eat a lot of salt in my life, and usually when I go get a chicken, is because I'm lacking salt, right? So now I got this salt craving, so I'm gonna go get a chicken, and I'm gonna put a lot of salt on the breast, and that solves that issue. But that's like my body telling me like, oh, you're craving that thing. Like I know like I'm lacking salt, so sometimes that's the craving. That's what we have, right?
Go try an anchovy chicken pizza, but it has to be like one of those Alfredo pizzas. You guys ever had like a white
I've
sauce
had those.
pizza?
Yeah.
Oh,
So you get that, like a chicken Alfredo pizza, and you add
Yeah.
anchovies. That's the move.
I don't eat like pizza is too bready for me.
Well,
If I eat it, I'm gonna eat something like
occasionally you might eat bread in your life.
yeah.
I love bread,
Sure.
but I don't eat much of it.
I
love it.
don't eat too much of it. If I do eat like bread,
You're a
it's gonna be something
fat
like I really
fuck.
like. You know what?
I said then you become a fat fuck if you eat
Yeah,
bread.
you're become a fat fuck. Bread is, but also like when you get those things, I try to stay away from seed oil and shit like that, right? So
Oh yeah, that stuff's terrible.
but when you start like getting to like stuff that is like prepared,
Yep.
then it's hard to stay away from it.
Yep.
Yeah, they love that soybean oil,
Well, they
Yep.
put it in everything.
Yep.
Everything.
motherfuckers.
But they don't put it in beef. Yeah, just get it right from the farm. Here's my cow.
I need to get some farm connections.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
the farm
find yourself a
connection.
local farmer. Get a side of beef.
Just knocking on doors at the farm. Hey,
So
do you have
that was
anything to give me for money?
I don't know what
that
it
was
is.
the
but
food portion of the fucking stream.
This is the foodie portion. Yeah, no one's watching. It's okay.
We're just
No,
like,
what?
let's eat beef.
Yeah, that's the conclusion of that. Eat beef. Try to
Yeah.
avoid
Eat beef.
try to
And
avoid
if you're curious about an
Fish are
anchovy
weird.
pizza, if you're curious about an anchovy pizza, get a chicken Alfredo pizza and add anchovies.
Anchovies.
There you go. There you go. If you there it is.
There it is. Wow, you're welcome.
Yeah. I had some anchovies and fuck, what's that?
The problem with the anchovy
Pepperoni
pizza,
bread?
problem with anchovy pizza is that it smells like fish.
Not beef Wellington. The
You got to
Beef
be able to
stroganoff?
get over that.
Beef stroganoff? What are you talking about? Beef stroganoff?
beef stroganoff.
Anchovies in
Beef
beef
stroganoff
stroganoff?
and anchovies.
Maybe.
That's
I've
interesting.
never had it.
No, not beef stroganoff. Salisbury steak.
Oh,
I don't know. I
Salisbury
fucking
steak.
remember some kind of steak and
Brown
sauce
gravy. Yeah.
that had that had some anchovies in it for some reason.
I've never had anchovies on anything but pizza.
Really?
I've eaten them from a can.
Yeah.
Is that like sardines?
Salty.
You put it on a saltine.
Yep.
Cool.
So the first question
And
we
with
need to ask, which wasn't, should we kick Rick out? That was Rick, if you're watching, that was a joke.
Poor Rick. He's not here to
we
defend
love you.
himself.
Rick's out.
The first question
Next Monday. What is it going to be, guys?
next
What are we
Monday,
doing?
exactly. That was a question. Next Monday, what is going to be?
Getting right up to my camera. See every pore in my forehead.
Not Star Wars, it sounds like.
Doesn't sound like that's on. No.
So it has to be.
That's becoming the new palladium.
Palladium.
The new palladium.
Should I
keep
rush?
saying it wrong.
Oh, wait.
I always say it wrong.
I'm actually going out of town, so I won't be available.
Dang it, Phil.
Oh, you won't be available next Monday?
Correct. For the whole weekend or Monday.
Dang.
I'm going to Galveston. We're going to go on water slides.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Really?
Yeah.
I might insure the motorcycles this weekend. We may, if it ever stops raining.
What?
It's raining here every day.
Every day, just rain.
Isn't
Well,
it weird
that's
how we
easy
have the
for you,
same
man.
weather?
Mm-hmm.
It always seems like we have the same weather.
But are you in
You
Texas?
don't live anywhere near me.
No, I'm not as far away as Alaska, but we're certainly quite a ways away.
Yeah. BC is raining every day. That's
Every
what
day
it's
it's
for.
just raining, pouring rain.
So you didn't think the
So
motorcycle?
you're insuring the motorcycles?
I might this weekend.
To
It's looking
drive?
promising.
What are you insuring? You stopped your insurance during the winter?
Yeah, because there's
Oh,
no
really?
riding here in the winter. We got too much snow.
In Quebec and Ontario, you don't stop your insurance.
Well, yeah,
But-
you have third-party insurance in BC that just covers like storage and
yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of stuff. But we have stupid nationalized.
Yeah. Because
Insurance,
that's
like-
about to say like the insurance company like no, you're not gonna ride in the winter. So like you
Mhm.
know, if
So
you
it's
stop
cheap.
your insurance, it doesn't change a shit because like
Yeah.
well,
You're not
we
actually
don't
gonna
charge you for those months anyway. So,
No, exactly. So I get a year worth of that, but that's just storage.
yeah.
Actually, getting the insurance that makes it legal to take it out on the road, that people buy that at 3 months or more.
Yeah,
but
I see.
Generally less than 6
Yeah,
months.
Yeah,
Our
the same
riding
thing
season
for the license here. Man, I'm fucking tempted to get one again.
Do it.
Motorcycle.
Love
Yeah.
my bikes. Love 'em.
Yeah, but I should fucking like get a canoe or something instead. Like that.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice, especially where you live.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A little more active, a little like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Could go on a canoe camping trip with the dog.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Get a sidecar for your motorcycle and go camping with the dog. There you go.
I mean, I think if I get a motorcycle,
You have to
I
give
think
them
I
a
would go with
bandana.
the XSR,
Mm-hmm.
probably 700, 900, probably 900. If I'm fucking kidding,
Yeah,
They're
that's
the
right.
fucking
Do a
same
900.
price.
You're a big boy.
Why would you
can handle it.
ever? Yeah.
Well, the 700 they're basically the same price. It's a little
Mhm.
cheaper, but it's also like the 700 is more comfortable for the longer ride.
Sure.
The 900 is a little more sport,
Mhm.
so it can go faster and stuff like that. But the riding position is not cool, and the seat is a little like thinner, so that's why you get a 700, not a 900. But 900 look much better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what it's about.
Oh,
That's
you
what
gotta
I-
look good. You gotta look good.
Man, they did a good job with those fucking bike.
Do it all for the gram. That's what they say.
The Instagram. That's right.
So what we do? Oh, so next Monday, Phil is not here.
Well, we
Yeah.
still should do something. I mean,
Yeah,
we
guys.
had built up some momentum, and we've gone
Yes,
a few weeks
exactly.
without doing anything.
Like I like the idea that, and even if it's a game that I'm not in, right? I like the idea that every week there's a 4D role playing game going on.
well,
right?
and you know, there's some new people out there.
There's new people out there.
Z and Nick, and who was
Yeah.
with them that did their game recently? There was another person.
Spencer was in them.
Well, Spencer was in one, and then they did another one.
Yeah, the second session. Yeah.
I think it was a friend.
And Spencer wasn't in there. It was someone else. I
Oh, really?
was
I
like,
didn't.
this is
I didn't-
fantastic.
I didn't see this one. Oh yeah, they did
A
one
friend
that
of
they
Nick's,
uploaded
maybe.
today. I watched also like Nick's game on the Solmir. Oh, Erata game. Yeah, Etera game.
Etera.
It's from Europe. No, that's we can laugh that.
All are welcome. Don't listen to Max.
Oh,
All are
sorry.
welcome.
Sorry. Yeah,
All are
all welcome. I watched also like Nick's game, the Men in Black. I watched a part of it. The game you put with this is a Brazilian friend in Portuguese. It was pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Criticism is showing Max. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Fuck
think it's
you.
great. There's a lot more. I mean, that's fantastic. It's just more, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm just interested in playing more. Like,
Yeah,
I want.
but those guys that
fun.
Nick found, like they're in Brazil, they're good.
They're
doing
good.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you speak Portuguese, you can go watch that.
I don't.
You should.
Yeah. My mother-in-law is Portuguese. She speaks Portuguese.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I know how to say like bun.
thought-
Can
I
I
thought
have
you-
a bun?
Yeah. I
Pupsy.
thought your wife was like Italian.
She's half Portuguese, half Italian. Her father
I
was born
see,
in
see.
Italy. Her mom was born in Portugal.
I have a hard time understanding Portuguese, to be honest.
It's very different than
Very
Brazilian.
different than Brazil, and I'm
Yep.
used to Brazilian.
Mhm.
Yeah. But so next Monday.
Next
I was
Monday
about to
feels
say-
away. But are you back, Phil? Buddy, are you back next week? The week after that? What is that?
Yes.
I was about to say I'll run Bastard Sword next Monday for you, but
Let's
Phil
do
would
it.
be pissed. if
Oh, he'll
that
be
was
mad.
the case.
We better not do that. We'll do something else.
Can you-
We can do something else.
What the-
Maybe what we could do, we could throw something together quick, like an easy D6. We could do something like that.
Well, easy is in the name, right?
It's easy.
Yeah.
17th, Phil is back. So maybe Bastard Sword on the 17th?
I might.
Yeah.
I might be here on the 10th.
Well, you're going to the
Well,
water
if you,
slides.
going to the water slide,
That's
you're going out
fine,
of
man.
town, right?
But we might be back on Sunday.
And
But
then,
if you want to wait, we're gonna wait until the 17th, right? And just
no,
get-
that's fine. We can do the 17th.
Yeah. I might need to do like a fucking form fillable fucking character sheet or some shit like that.
Well,
But I
just
mean,
give us no. Don't stress yourself about that. Just hand us
Print
like
it.
here's the pre-gen.
You have
Like,
access
here it
to
is.
printer?
Just be like, here's your desert goblin, Phil.
Yeah, we'll just.
Oh
print it
yeah,
off.
I'm sorry. Like it's not gonna be those goblin yet.
It's just like the dog boy.
The Discord invite link to your
Yeah.
YouTube page is dead. Where is that Discord? Like, do I still have that in my fucking description? Where do you get this Discord? Oh, it's in the. Oh yeah, it's there. Yeah, of course it's there. Like the Discord link don't last. I'll put one in the chat.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Calvin.
Yeah.
Um.
It's quite-
So then there's the 24th. Are you around on the 24th, Phil?
I don't know.
Wait, what happened to the 17th?
Well, the 17th. That's when we're going to do Bastard Sword, right? We'll
Oh,
do
yeah.
a play test of Bastard Sword,
Yes.
and then on the 24th, do we want to? Well, depending if you want to keep going, we could just keep going with it.
Well, we can do some. We
Let
can.
me, let
we can,
me,
we can
let
come
me,
back to it.
slot,
Like,
let me
I'm-
slot that for rifts. on the
Rifts on the 24th.
I might. Because after the first session, I might have things to adjust and stuff like that. It's still
Yeah,
playtest,
yeah,
like,
yeah. That's a good
so,
idea.
I'm okay
So we
with
better not do back to
spreading them
back.
out.
So yeah, it gives
Yep.
you time to, if there are adjustments or if we're just not smart
17.
enough.
So okay, here's what we're gonna do. And you can. I'm gonna make a group in the Discord but I'm probably gonna keep it simple.
Yep.
We're all gonna be human.
Yep.
You're all gonna be traveling together
Of course.
to. There's an army gathering,
Mhm.
like it.
and they're making camp to make a campaign against a neighborhood empire, and you're moving to join the camp.
Sounds great.
You
Let's
can do whatever you be. You can be. You want to be a priest that's going there to offer like spiritual service. That's fine. You want to be a cook that want to go there to cook. That's fine. You want to be a whore.
Yep.
Well,
Done.
no, because you're men, and I don't at all like you to play
Oh.
female character. But
I
Can't
can
I
be a
play a
man
female
whore.
character? I can do it.
you want
I
to do
can
a
do
male
it.
whore. You want to do a
I
male
like,
whore. We're
I
gonna
like how Crispy
join
was
the
like,
camp.
can I be a
Alright.
female? And I'm like, I could be a gay.
Then
whore.
that's fine. But so if you just send me like who you want to be, who you want to play, and then like I'll give you
Yeah.
like a character sheet with some stuff.
That
filled
sounds
in.
great. Yeah, let's do that. So that'll
Yeah.
be in the 17th.
I'm not gonna be a whore.
No.
Yeah. So you're gonna be on the way to the camp, but not at the camp
Not
yet.
in it yet.
So,
Okay.
Do you have your life path?
No, it's not done yet.
Okay.
It's not done yet. I still work.
It'd be
to do
kind
on
of
it.
cool to do a session 0 on it. That's all. Like where we made the characters.
Yeah, I'm not there yet though. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But at
All
some
good.
point we'll do it.
So let's do that on then the 24th. Fingers crossed. It's gonna be riffs. Phil's running it.
Riffs. What's up?
Rift.
Okay. Are you and
Rift on
level
24?
3?
Am I in that as well? Yes.
Yes.
You are now.
Okay.
And Big Bad and Crispy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
Rick
gonna be
is
good.
out.
No, Rick could come too.
Rick.
So that just leaves the 10th open, and I had
Alright,
floated
hey,
the
whoa,
idea
whoa,
of
whoa.
doing a
First of
dungeon.
all,
What's up? Sorry, go ahead.
What's all this Rick can come talk? You guys
You
keep
missed the-
inviting people to my games.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You want to keep it 3 character?
I'm doing the 4-panel. It's a 4-panel.
Oh, okay,
game.
okay,
Okay.
gotcha. That makes sense. Okay.
Okay. Well, you snooze, you lose.
Snooze, you lose.
Poor
Yeah.
Rick.
The 10.
That was I had mentioned I could do a dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
We could
Easy
try
D6.
easy D6.
Easy D6. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we can do something like that.
Yeah.
And then that's quick enough, Phil, that if you are back in time and you want to jump in,
Okay, good.
we could totally have you jump in.
Good.
Easy D6 is really simple. Like
Is it fantasy?
yeah.
Hey, oh, you're doing the dungeon crawl, right?
Yeah. I'll do a dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
That should be fun.
Zonalar. We
No.
don't do that.
See?
Like-
Did you miss our commentary on the
whore.
calendar, the
Yes.
Christian calendar?
Like I said, like Brymon is fucking cancelled here, as far as I'm concerned. I made all fucking
Shame month.
So that takes care of June, and then we can go from there. We also had floated the idea, guys, and I got to run, but we floated the idea that we were going to start like maybe one session a month, but it's an ongoing thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good idea.
That was the Rising Sun thing.
Are we going to do that with Rising Sands, or I thought it was going to be?
I thought Rising Sand ended. I'm pretty happy with it.
I'm pretty happy.
Yeah,
with
it
too.
felt like we ended.
Rick's
it
dead.
felt
To be honest, like this game, I would have happy to continue, but
Mhm.
now like the way that things went,
Yeah.
I'm okay also leaving it there. I feel like I have like a resolution.
Yep.
Mhm.
We were going to do an ongoing thing with Rick. He had floated an idea of it was like a space station, something or other.
Yes. I really want
Yeah.
to do that game.
And I think that would be great for an ongoing
yeah.
thing, because we could have that be it can be episodic, but we can see some character development over time, which would be nice.
We should go back sometime to some game. Like the space station.
Mhm.
We could go back to the space station we did in the 4-hour game, right?
Oh, the 4-hour?
When we're now like Dorsey's in charge, and all things change from there. We could go back to Wild Dale. We talked about that, joking, like going back to Wild Dale 5 years later, and then like Ted is still around, and
Wild
character
Dale-
is still like the captive of those raider, right?
Mhm.
Wild Hell's still in the same universe as the
Yes.
Shadows I forget what it's called.
And the boarding party.
And the boarding parties.
Yeah.
So we could definitely like make that a visit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or we could just do a little one shot in the wild hell of course.
No, but I'll be interested. Like, there's some character like that. Like, so like I think it'd be fun to revisit them,
Yeah.
character or setting, revisit them, and
It would
see
be
a
fun.
different place.
I just have a hard time with how the life path system works in Traveler.
I agree.
really?
I thought it was awesome, but I don't think I like it.
The more I do
Really?
it, the less I'm enamored with it. And the reason why is because it feels like I don't mind so much that there's some random elements that happen, and
I totally agree.
that's okay. But the problem I have with it is that I usually like to come into a game with a rough idea of what the character
Yeah.
is.
It's too prescriptive.
And I've yet to play in a Traveler game where I felt like I had actually had a character that I wanted to play. Like
Is it
it's
because
always,
randomness?
Totally agree with you.
yeah.
To be honest, like oftentimes like I make those random character and then like, oh, okay, this guy's cool. I can work with that, right?
It's fun to play the character creation game, but I don't know that I want to play the character afterward.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't
wow,
know.
this guy's like a 50-year-old bum who was really good at herbalism.
That's the other thing. I like in my
The thing is,
Traveler
like, you're
game.
very incentivized to make them old.
You are always.
Yeah.
And here's the issue I'm having is that in my in-person game we're playing Traveler, and half the party is 50 years old or older, and there's just no incentive to be
in the
young.
future, 50-year-old is probably like the new 20.
Well, maybe,
But
except that the system
aging,
doesn't. You start age. You get aging penalties pretty severely after, in your mid to late 40s and on. Like it starts to become pretty.
Yeah. You get lucky if you get away with it to 50.
Yeah,
That's lucky.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like a lot of things about Traveler. Don't get me wrong, but the life path thing is.
I think
what do the money say? Or like it's true. You can always like roll up a handful, and if it doesn't do that long, and see, if any piques your interest.
That's where I think little utilities like Traveler creation, NPC creation type utilities, like Shauner made one, and I've downloaded it.
Yep.
And that one works pretty good because you just click a button and it'll make the character, and then you can do 3 or 4 of them until you find something you like. But I don't know.
And now Shauner knows what you're browsing on the internet.
Yes, that's right. Exactly. He's got my banking information. Oh, that's true.
Thanks you for your service.
That's
funny. But good thing is only interested in role play, right? Just
yeah, that's right. You're not selling my bank account information.
Just making sure you're honest in your role playing.
Yeah, that's right. Checking my purchases. What else is he buying? What's this?
Honest and reactive.
What is this first gen game he bought?
Why do you keep buying all these Palladium books? What are you doing? So, true.
One other system that I really want to do is I want to hit World of Darkness again.
Yeah, you wanted to do a vampire game, didn't you?
I do want to do a vampire game.
I've never played in a vampire game. Ever.
I think I'm going to keep it pretty normie.
That's
as
probably
far as like tropes.
Okay.
There's some really common things that happen in vampire games, and I'm going to do one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like weirdly sexual, is it?
Well, vampire is like,
tropes, but that's not what I'm doing.
Vampire is always like a stand-in for homoerotism.
Oh, there was like a really weird. I was reading the how to role play in the vampire book.
Yep.
And it said something like it was answering the questions, it's misconceptions about vampires. It's like, do vampires have sex? And he goes, yeah, they have lots of sex. And I was like, what am I reading? And then it said, but they don't limit it to just normal vanilla sex because they got penetration down. They got penetration down. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh man.
What is the regular non-vanilla sex?
Where are the normal people? Like,
yeah.
It was
There's-
funny. To
there-
me.
I'm seeing now why there's a reason why I haven't played in any vampire.
Yeah.
It's the people that make it hate you. I'll just say
Yes.
that.
Young Steve from the Black Lodge Games is sending me Street of Peril,
Mhm.
which I'll be. It seemed from what I seem very interesting. So maybe I want to run that at some point as well.
Sounds good. Yeah.
What is that?
Uh,
What is that? Streets of Peril.
it's a game that is inspired by Burning Wheel, but it seemed to have because like I often say, like Bastard Sword is inspired by Burning Wheel a lot.
Mhm.
Even though like I'm not a fan of Burning Wheel, I think it's a game that has good idea, but very poorly executed. So I'm trying to take some of what it got and say, okay, what if we made them like as a playable game, right?
Isn't Mithras like that?
Mistress is a BRP.
Oh, it's BRP. Never mind.
But so and I guess I guess his name is Kyle, the guy that did the Street of Peril.
Okay.
I had the same kind of view, right? So and he's also a guy that's into EMA and stuff like that. So he took so it's a D6 system. It takes from the it takes the color from, but instead of going like a white, black, gray,
Mhm.
it's D6. It's the D6 pool system. It's the D6 system.
Mhm.
But he like so you have like a number of dice and a color. So you can go like so sometimes you're gonna have like have a success on a 4+. Sometimes you're gonna have a success on a 3+. Sometimes you're gonna have a success on a 2+, right?
Yeah.
Depending on the color.
Mhm.
Which that is lifted from Burning Wheel.
Hmm.
But I'll be interested. I'll be interested to see and I want to like Torchbearer is one I want to play as well. Torchbearer is also like based on the Burning Wheel,
Mhm.
but that's somebody that say like, what if Burning Wheel add an OSR, right? Add an old school game,
Mhm.
and also I feel like it fixed a few of the issue with the Burning Wheel, and they have this very interesting mechanic of condition.
Mhm.
That every time you make a roll, you have to mark off a condition. And those conditions start off pretty easy. Like it's like hungry and thirsty, and then tired, and then sick,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and
Yeah.
then injured. And at some point it goes
I
to
heard about this.
dead, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But so and the game say like, well, if you're trying to do something easy, you shouldn't have to roll to. So it's always this thing like, oh, do I want to? Is it worth for me trying to do something hard that I need to roll and therefore mark a condition, or should I just try to take the easy path that make take longer, right? And then something else can happen.
Mhm.
So I think that's an
Interesting.
interesting mechanic, and I think it'd be interesting to see like can that be role played?
Okay. Have you guys thought about this Rifts game at all? Is what kind of character you want to make?
I know nothing about Rift, to be honest. Like the only thing I know is like maybe I want to play a go-go boy because I'm from Quebec.
Go-go
Oh,
boy?
no, that's the
Glitter boy.
glitter boy. Yeah, glitter boy. You could be a free
Oh.
Quebec something.
Okay.
Could be free Quebec.
I think you're at war
See,
with the coalition, so I
You
may
were. I mean,
I may not want to put you in the
Yeah,
coalition.
there was
I thought they were part of the coalition.
they were, and then they had a civil war.
Oh,
And now
really?
they're free Quebec.
Oh, that's fucking meta. Eh?
Yep.
Huh.
Oh, I didn't know that happened. I just assumed they were always part.
What else? There's like there's the juicer and the crazies.
You've got lots. There's so many.
I'll give a name,
it
right?
really depends. I think we have to decide, or Phil should probably decide, what type of game do you want? Do you want it more super powered?
What if I don't want to decide?
Then it would be it'll be interesting because you may have a situation where you have someone like a juicer is a good example,
Yeah.
and then next to them you've got some street rat like guy that's
Not so bad.
but it can work. I think it
Can
could
you
work.
play a juicer in a one shot, or does that like the drawback is all negated?
I guess so.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
you can.
You could, but you're right.
What's the
I think
drawback?
the drawback is
You
if
have a
you're playing a
short
juicer, you have a very short lifespan. You will die in 4 years. Like you're
I don't ever play games longer than 4 years
exactly
in game.
You make a big time skip. So 3.5 years
So
later.
3.5 3 years,
Max, you're
11
fucked.
months later.
You're fucked, Max.
Yeah, you're done, man. There's no detox for you. You're done.
What are the rest of you doing? Because I know what Max is doing. Dying.
He's dying.
He's dying.
Yeah. Every minute he has to roll.
Don't ever fucking play Juicer in my game.
If we ever do like the Palladium Heroes Unlimited,
Yeah.
there's one of them that is a stage magician.
Mhm.
That's what I want to play.
What if
There's,
I ran
I-
Heroes
I-
Unlimited instead? Would you rather be a super or would you rather run a super game, Crispy?
I kind of want to run it.
Okay. Good.
What's the next chapter of Bastard Sword? Don't give him any ideas, please. This is not.
And
Oh.
frankly, you don't
They
want
have
to read
sex,
like a
trust
sex
me.
chapter written by me.
We don't want to give
That's
it what
really
is that?
not something you want.
His half order of magnitude for that chapter.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I don't know. I don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Uh,
you have a major impediment.
oh no.
Oh my god.
You got those move and maneuver you can do.
There's so
And then
much
you spend your hits.
there's so much
on-
material in this little half order of magnitude. I'm trying to find the joke, but I'm just gonna let it sit out there.
Just let it go.
Is that an insane
That's what I was
concept?
alluding to that. Let's just let it go.
Is that an insane concept? The half order of magnitude.
No,
No,
I
it's
think
awesome.
it makes
Smart.
sense, man. I like it. I think it
I like
makes
that
sense.
it's not linear a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I do
I think
too.
you did a good job.
My suggestion for a Rifts game, Phil, but you're right. You can do whatever you want. My suggestion is that Rifts is as we were talking about Gonzo. Remember, I was
Yes.
on Max's stream
On Friday.
the Contrarian, and I was saying that I love it, but it's best to start with a small part of the world, and then you slowly discover the other
Yeah.
crazy parts of it, but not all at once. It's overwhelming. So I like limitations at first. To be
Okay.
bounty hunters. So you'd say, okay, you can all choose whatever character class you want, but you're all bounty hunters and you don't have any big
You just go
powered
with the
mechs.
classic mercenary.
Yeah, like maybe you've been hired by a town to take care of something, whatever, like just as because it's just a
Whatever.
starting premise, and then we take it from there.
Okay.
It might be easier for us even to think, okay, well, what characters would be in that limitation? Like, so okay, we're on the frontier, or we're in the burbs, or
Yeah.
what is it? So someone doesn't show up with a 40-foot tall robot. Like, okay, yeah, you're probably not going to be that guy.
Hey, can you get out of my living room?
That's right. It's like one big
Yeah.
metal leg going through someone's living room.
Sorry.
Is there a
Okay,
topic
that's
you
not-
want to talk about on for Friday? On the Tear Off Your Skin. You're not going to be there, Phil, right?
I'm not gonna be there. I'm
You're
gonna
not
be
gonna
in
be there.
Galveston on a
Yeah.
water slide.
Tom of Lime, do you want to come in on Friday? We never talk to each other live. I really like your last video, by the way.
Oh, I like all of his videos. I watch
Yeah.
his videos and I'm like, I'm such a slacker. Why am I
Very good.
such a slacker? His videos are so good. And then I listen to him and I'm like, I need to read more books. I'm not very smart.
Yeah,
You just start packing your camera away.
Hello, Justin.
Hi, Justin.
So Friday, yeah, Tear Off Your Skin. Is there a topic you wanna address? Are you free? You wanna come in, or I know sometimes you're busy on Friday.
Sometimes I'm busy. I'll have to check and see. If I am, I usually can carve off an hour. I'm usually good for an hour. So,
Yeah. Because I really like the topic. People have been talking about story gaming a lot, right? Story gamer, and I think the term like just mean nothing.
we
I
get
try-
accused
I'm
of that all the time.
Yeah.
Holy
Oh, let's
smokes.
let's settle it. What does it mean?
mean nothing,
wait.
man. Just like you mean like for me, like a story gamer is somebody that is well, oftentimes like a GM that want to tell a story to the player.
I thought a
That's a
story
good topic right
game-
there. Like, just how do you be a GM without falling into
Yeah.
storytelling?
And the other one is like when you fudge dice and stuff like that, you get into the story gaming a lot because now like, you're changing the outcome of you're violating the rules.
You're changing the outcome to suit what you
preserve the
want it to
story,
be.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's no good.
Yeah.
I thought story games were like a specific type of system that inserted story elements into system elements.
That's fun. Like Run Awards from the Forge.
Like keep hearing about like Powered by the Apocalypse. And
I don't know. I've never played anything like that.
Run Awards from the Forge, which the guy that came out with the GNS story, he was talking about like those guy that came up with the story game, and they say like when they came up with the story game epithet, they chose this epithet because it meant nothing. Because like those games are meant to have a story come out of it, but then they went to do this thing like the Powered by the Apocalypse and those kind of game, right? And they abandoned the idea pretty fast as well, apparently.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I'm trying to have Run Edwards on at some point. I don't know if he'll reply to me because he's one of the few theorists that we have for role-playing game. Although like he might not like the kind of people I am. But
who would not like the type of people you are, Max?
probably not. But that's type of people I am. The type of people many people don't like.
Who couldn't like him? He's
I
such a
don't
lovable
know.
French Canadian. I mean, come on.
The only thing I have issue with you is your preference of sausage over bacon.
Yes,
Well,
that's
It's a little questionable.
not a good look. Look at
A
that.
little questionable.
That and eating
Just a
onions
better
like
form factor.
apples. That's not good either.
The what?
Eating onions like apples. That's not good.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
No.
That's, you feel alive.
Oh yeah.
Finally.
Talking about bacon gaming. Sorry. He's in a game that prioritizes building a narrative above. Yeah, exactly. Above.
Yeah. I don't.
We say, "Whoa, I'm right here." Exactly. Well, have you considered changing your name to Sausage Gaming?
Oh, come on.
Oh, wait, that's
no
not good.
way.
Don't do it.
This is his chapter that
Let's Google it.
Toom was asking about earlier.
Let's Google it out. See what we get.
Sausage Gaming. Please don't.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Bacon. Oh, Bacon is my true surname. Are you?
What was his last name? He's related to
like
Kevin.
Kevin
Bacon?
Yeah, are you related to Kevin?
It
How
is
many
Kevin
degrees
Bacon.
of separation are we talking here?
Well, it can't be more than 7.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well,
So yeah, so tear off your skin. So I don't know, like, well, Philly's not gonna be here, so
Not
I don't
even
know what
gonna
I'm gonna
be
talk
here.
about. But I want to say on the 15, Harmony Ginger is gonna be on.
oh, nice.
Huge.
Oh, good for you.
What a get.
The lady that blocked me. No, I'm just kidding. I don't
Blocked
think
you, really?
Look you.
She didn't. Something was going weird with YouTube. I tried to leave a comment on her video, and it just kept getting deleted. But
Well, now
I
you
don't
can
blame
confront her.
I'd be surprised if she
don't
blocked you
blame
because
her.
she's not the blocking type. And
She's not. No, she's not. And I've since
and you're not the asshole type, right? Like, like
I try
somebody
not
like
to
me
be,
getting
but-
blocked is not surprising because I'm pretty mean. in chat.
yeah, I have since had some interaction with her on X, and that was it went smoothly. So I know it wasn't, she wasn't trying. I probably what happened is I probably left a comment that was like, hey, I'm really, I'm a small YouTuber, whatever, would love to have a conversation sometime, and it probably came across as this weird, and so it just deleted it. Then afterwards,
So
I'm
the
like,
algorithm
fine.
turned into like sort of a white knight.
Yeah, and
then
after
the AI
it deleted it, and I was like, it's probably for the best, honestly.
Yeah.
And the AI was like, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's great. That's good.
Cool. I'm excited.
But for
Yeah, I
tear off
think
the
it's really,
skin, I
like
don't know.
I
Like
think it's
there's
like the
lots of
like I
things.
want to talk to her.
We got to
Because, like,
convert it.
I think like my theory is that like the 1-1 people and us, the 40 people,
Mm.
we identify a lot of the similar issue
Mhm.
in role-playing game, but we just went about solving them in completely opposite direction, right? Completely
Mhm.
different way.
I think we have different issues also.
I think well, we have a different issue, but we also have a lot of similar issue about player engagement. They also like for
Yeah.
no prep or low prep
That's-
games, stuff like that. So there's a lot of things like we see like, okay, this is something like they're also like against like the GM telling a story to the player, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. They want to have the player active. They want the player to drive the narrative and stuff like that. They just go about in a different way than us. So I think it's going to be interesting to. But that's about the conversation. So GM burnout also a big issue. Yeah. I don't know if they will solve
is
it
it?
best. Yeah.
Solar was 1-1. Nope.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. James Bacon. I remember seeing you before. I changed
right
my
on.
name because I'm going to
Start
be
making content. Good for
Oh,
you,
good
man.
for you. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll make you gents proud of my opinion. Yeah. Well,
Hey, man.
I'll try
already
to
More content's better.
remember to subscribe. Yeah. Yeah. I used to take Matt Colville advice for running games. Well, don't.
Subscribe to right.
Bacon Gaming. I'll have to look you up. Awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know what I'm gonna do on Friday. On this Friday, we'll see. I guess I'll find something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of
I'll
bacon
try to drop
gaming.
in. Is there a lot of bacon gaming? Really?
There's a lot of bacon gamings. And most of them have like this
If you go on the YouTube channel, you can click the 3 dots, and you can go to channel.
Yep.
So
YouTube channels.
you can do that, people, in the chat.
Yeah. Go show Bacon Gaming some love.
Okay.
He's empty at the moment. Yep. Plan to upload a couple of videos tomorrow. Then we'll see them.
Oh my
And
God.
hey, Phil, have a great time in Galveston.
Oh, I will. My kid's going crazy right now.
Oh, she's excited for it?
No, I mean like she's like going kind of crazy.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
here you go.
participants. There we go.
Justin posted the link as well. There you go. That's easy.
Oh, thanks,
That's convenient, Justin. Thank you. You're using that wrench well, my friend.
What a wrench. What an absolute wrench.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's a moderator here. There we go.
Yeah. Justin is my one moderator, which is made me sound insane.
Let's see here. I'm trying
But
to.
that's the type of channel we are. Like, you think the guy that might need moderation, make him a moderator.
Yeah, I'm like, Justin's the guy that usually makes all the inappropriate comments, right? Like he's your moderator. How does that work?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the type of channel we are.
Why can't I see any of the chat?
So I gotta go here, and I know
I
Chris,
gotta go too.
Okay.
if you wanted to
Oh, here we are. Go
shut
ahead.
it down, Max, or not. I don't know.
What?
I'm gonna head out unless you're shutting it down right now.
I'm shutting it down.
Okay.
I think we reach a good point. It's almost 3 hours.
Boom.
So that's it.
We did it.
Thank you, guys, for joining me.
Hey, it was a chill discussion.
And for humoring me for so long talking about Bastard Sword.
Oh, we're looking forward to it. 17th, baby. 17th.
17. I need to get my fucking shit ready, right? I guess.
Really
I guess I'm pretty much ready. That's what I was.
I think
been
you're
in a
pretty much
rush.
ready. Yeah.
And I need to get a Rifts game together.
You got to get something together. But hey, you know what? In a setting like Rift,
Fortunately, I'm not
limitations
gonna
are
prepare
good.
whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh, that's something we need to talk about as well at some point. Maybe that's what we're gonna talk about on Friday. Like
Session zero.
getting like
Let's do
those like making some game at some point with just like I was telling in the Crusade Discord, right? Just getting to the game and we're fucking like getting on a stream and we draw a fucking GM, we draw a team. I don't know, like I don't know how we could do it. Like, but just like say like, okay, let's go. We want that, right? Draw a system.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. We get
Oh,
4
were we
guys on the
random?
stream, and then you just draw
Yeah.
straws. Okay, you're the GM. Okay, here
Yeah.
it is. Boom. Done.
We just get the four,
Play.
like our usual group, the four of us. We
Yeah.
fucking get on stream,
Yep.
and we don't know who's gonna run, but somebody's gonna run tonight,
hmm
and we just pick. Maybe we have like some system with some character ready or whatever. Just like
we could still do the pre-gens. We could still decide on the system. We just come into it blind, saying, "Don't know what you're going to play. Don't know if you're going to be the GM or a
everybody
player."
put in the hat. Everybody put in the hat,
and then
a
we roll
system
it.
with some pre-gen.
Yeah.
And then
Just roll it.
And then you draw independently. Exactly. You draw like the GM.
Oh,
You
I
draw the
see.
system independently, and then
Yep.
say, okay. And then like, here's the character. Here's the system.
Yeah, exactly.
We'd have to put like system that we're familiar with.
So every option, every system option has the pre-gens already.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So it's like a little folder we open.
start
And say,
off,
okay,
I
here's
would
the
suggest
character.
we
Okay,
just-
I'll put, like, and then you
Yeah.
draw the character as well. Why not?
Still,
I would suggest that for our first attempt that we decide in advance what the system is, because then we're not making
Maybe.
up 16 pre-gens. We're just doing
Maybe.
4 or
Yeah.
5 pre-gens, and then but I like the
yeah.
idea of going into it saying I'm not sure if I'm going to be a player or if I'm
Well,
going to be the game
that's the
master.
thing. That's the
Let's
thing.
go.
We could draw. If we do it in advance, though, it give it a chance for people to prepare. Right. That's the problem.
Right.
Because we could say, if we want to do that, we can say like the week before, we draw what system we're gonna do,
Yes,
and then at the night of the thing, we draw who's gonna run the game.
that I like
And we-
that.
But the thing is, if we do that, you know what the system is gonna be, you know what the team is gonna be, so you can start thinking about it, right? And the point is to cut that. You see, like
Oh,
you
I
go
see.
fucking blind. So you see that? You see what I
Complete
mean?
Zero prep, like true zero prep.
Choose zero prep. Like just try that for an experiment. Like just like you don't know if you're gonna run, and you don't know what you're gonna run, and just like say, here you go, run a fucking Western game. Okay.
I'm
You know,
down.
I don't know. It'd
I'll
be
do
like
it. I'll try it. I'll try it.
like-
and
I wouldn't recommend people do that, but I
We
think it'd
should
be
do
like
it-
interesting experiment and challenge, right?
We should do
And
it every
that's the point.
stream.
Like, yeah, exactly. That's the point of those streams, right? Is the point of those streams is to experiment and to challenge yourself.
I was gonna run a game for you guys, but we didn't have time.
oh man,
What?
Phil, you just tease us like that. You can't
Oh right.
just tease
Oh yeah.
us.
No, not tonight, but like
I was gonna run a game. But
Oh dang it, we
Listen
should have.
up.
But instead, we talked about beef, and that was fun too. I guess.
Yeah.
no, it wasn't.
It wasn't. You're right. It wasn't.
all right.
All right. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
I think thank you for we just need to agree on like some system, like there's a few system we are familiar with, so we can easily like find like 2 or 3 whatever
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
system settings, stuff like that. But like I think it'd be interesting.
Bastard sword, bastard sword, bastard sword, bastard sword.
Exactly.
4 times.
And now you have to fucking run it.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even worried about it.
What a challenge. All right, thank you guys for joining me, and thank you for people in chat that join us. Thank you for people that watch on the replay later on. It was a weird. Should I change the fucking title? I don't know. It's like mystery fucking
No.
stream. Just like whatever. Like I say, just because we didn't. Usually it's our game night, and we didn't have anything, and we skip a few nights. So I said, let's get together and talk at least, right?
Absolutely.
So I'll see you myself on Friday. Phil, you got anything coming?
No.
Crispy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Next week we're gonna be running Easy D6
I was-
Dungeon Crawl. There we go. So
I was gonna put up a video today about how I took a week off,
Oh,
There you go.
but I'm back now.
maybe you're back now. Yeah,
So instead of the
you
video
showed up
where-
on Friday a bit too.
instead of the video where you say, "Guys, I have to take a break,"
Yeah.
I just do it at the end, so I don't cause a bunch of unnecessary drama.
Oh yeah, that's true. So like on my other channel, my
Like a woman.
personal channel, which is just like Mr. Max Boivin.
Mm.
I have a talk on it's a more like it's not gaming related, it's more political and stuff like that. I'm gonna talk with Justin about like a conspiracy theory and trying to be realistic about it, especially when it comes to law. Like people like go like sometimes like go crazy about it, and they see conspiracy where there's none, or they try to
Right.
push it too far. And so like I believe in a lot of conspiracy theory and stuff like that. But there's some also that are just bunk, or just like, you know what? Well, in this case, you're going too far. You're overreacting. So we're going to talk about that on my other channel,
Right on.
which is just like basically
you
my
go.
name, Mr. Max Boivin.
There you go. Check it
There
out.
you go. But be warned, that's the thing, we get spicy take. You think I'm rough here? Don't go there.
You don't know nothing.
You know nothing. You've seen nothing. I'm very tame when I'm when I'm coming on this channel. Take care, guy. Have a good
Right
evening.
on.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.